All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. I'm doing okay. Yesterday, my my least important major appliance bit the dust. So
Ooh.
after 25 years of fine service, my
Now,
dishwasher.
don't say the. Oh, I was gonna say, don't say it. We're gonna try to guess it. But your dishwasher.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Would everybody agree that is the least important? I mean,
No, I think I don't know, man. I use it
because you can
day.
wash dishes by hand. I have to admit, I haven't done it. I mean, not major dishes. So I had to actually take a full load of dishes and wash them. Like, that's a lot of dishes. But I mean, you could do that by hand. Washing clothes by hand, you could do that, but that's a lot of work. Drying, you can just hang them up. So the dryer, I would put as second least important. But
Yes.
like, you can't refrigerate things without a fridge. You can't cook things without a stove.
I can
Like,
go with
unless
that.
you're gonna light a fire in your backyard or something. Like, it's hard to.
I can
Anyways,
go
the
without the
vacuum
microwave.
cleaner,
I
vacuuming
can go.
carpets. Like, how are you gonna clean a carpet without a vacuum? Like that, you could sweep it,
Yeah.
but if you've got like wall-to-wall carpet, what are you gonna do? Like, you can't. Anyways, so
It's a tough one, man. I don't know.
all
I don't.
right,
I
we can
mean,
get into that whole debate at
yeah,
some point.
yeah.
Anyways, it bit the dust. I've been trying to resuscitate it. It just doesn't seem to want to wash. It's okay. It's had again. It's been
25
working in
years.
this house for a quarter century. So I figure it owes me nothing. But I've been looking at new dishwashers, and frankly, they're not that expensive.
Yeah.
And that surprised me because some other like fridges seem very expensive. But anyways,
And it's probably
anyways.
costing you a ton, Peter, because at some point, 25 years ago, they're just not as efficient anymore. My brother had a very old washing machine, and it
I
was
don't.
the gallons of water that it was using compared to the new ones
Yeah,
now. It was like 30 gallons of water compared to like 8 now or 10.
I, I'm not sure. Maybe. I mean, I know we bought a very high-end dishwasher at the time, and like you could stand right beside it and not hear it as it was operating. That's so I want that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna buy that again. And that was 25 years ago. Like this thing was like you again. Not only could you have a conversation, you could literally put your ear to it and not know that it was running, and it was a Bosch. Yes. So, anyways,
Yeah, Bosch are nice, yeah.
but the thing, anyways, this is my rant for this morning. I'm getting right into it. I'm looking at dishwashers here. Half of them are Wi-Fi enabled. Why on God's green earth do I need my dishwasher to be Wi-Fi enabled? I cannot imagine for the life of me a single function that I would care about to have Wi-Fi enabled.
Yeah.
Seriously? Well, I mean, I get that people always seem to want to connect things, but do I really need to look on my phone to figure out if my dishwasher is done? I don't. Or what would you do with it? Would I turn it on using my phone? It's not like I can push a button and have it automatically load the dishes for me. Now that I would Wi-Fi enable in a heartbeat. But that's where you got to get one of the Tesla robots. And we're going to talk about Tesla because we're actually going to talk trading and stocks here any moment now. So let's start with the economic calendar, guys. And first, I'm going to say that there's not much happening today, largely because data, once again, not available. Initial and continuing jobless claims were supposed to be out right now, but due to the government shutdown, which has hit a new milestone, by the way, everybody. We are in day 23 of the government shutdown, which means two things officially happened today. One, this makes it the second longest shutdown in history. And second means that federal workers are now entering the first full, most of them anyways, oh my God, I can't speak. First full period without a paycheck. So last time they would have received like a partial paycheck. This is the first time they have like no paycheck. So that's when things get serious, right? Like when literally the paycheck you might rely on to pay the bills, nothing comes. You got nothing. I could, yeah, that would really be problematic. So, anyways, I actually really feel for the federal workers because, frankly, they're just caught in the middle of this, right? Anyways, the Senate did try and pass a bill to get approved, and they unsuccessful for the 12th time in a row passing their bill. So the stalemate continues with the argument over health care between the Republicans and the Democrats. And the shutdown continues. So the market, interestingly, largely has not cared, which is sad to say that something that is pretty major in services has not cared, other than the loss of data, which I think we're going to start to see more of an impact in the markets. But I, I don't know, maybe not. I could be wrong. I mean, it's not like we're that far from all-time highs, and it's yesterday was another day of movement and activity. So, anyways, you see where we're going. Later this morning, we do have the existing home sales that are coming out, and then we got a couple of Fed speakers at 10 and 10:25. So there you go. Anyways, we do have a couple of things on the economic calendar, but not much. The main one, the jobless claims, again, not available due to the government shutdown. Tomorrow we should have the CPI data, which is going to come out. Apparently they still produce the CPI data because it's actually required it's an important input into other economic activity. So, because they need to use it to calculate Social Security, so apparently that will be published. So we'll wait and see, and when that comes out. So tomorrow might be interesting from that side, but not for today. Today, let's take a look at the gappers. That's going to tell us what's moving and grooving, and we're going to talk about some of the things on the list, including some of the earnings that we were focused on both last night and this morning.
Yes, absolutely, friends. Let's take a look here. Our gappers list brought to you by tradingterminal.com, where you can find all kinds of tools, guys, gapping up or down. So definitely take a look at that. And it just keeps getting better and better. This simulator thing, man, this funded simulator thing is the real deal. I've been using it for the last 2 weeks, last week or so. I love it, man. I love it. So if you're looking to get into trading, don't want to spend, your hard-earned money on an actual account, try the Trading Terminal Simulator funded account. Is awesome. All right, friends, let's get to it. Let's go look at the top four or so. Some big numbers: 40%, 15, 14, 12. Quantum, of course, U.S. government getting involved. Let's see what happens there. And you can see Quantum all over the place on this list. Rigetti, IonQ, QUBT, QBTS. So, a lot happening. News headlines are all over the place this morning, which is nice. And Peter, I just think that the market doesn't care about this government shutdown. I mean, unless you're not getting paid, people they don't even know it's happening. Yeah, right. They just don't even know it's happening. Like it's unbelievable how this market just doesn't care. Crazy. Let's look at SLMT, 41% up this morning. Breera Holdings. Peter, what's the latest and greatest? I do see a pop up here. 1.6 million shares float. Not looking all that hot.
No, not like some of the stuff yesterday that was hot that we were looking at that is totally fallen off the radar. But anyways, we'll come back to that in a second. This is Breera Holdings. It's an Irish company. We don't see that very often. Very low float, 1.5 million shares in the float. I only see a $5 million market cap on this. And oh my goodness. It looks like they have decided that they are a communication services and entertainment company, and it looks like that's not what they're interested in doing anymore. Now they're getting into the game of being a treasury for Solana. Another one of these jump on the bandwagon. So I guess that's what's got their attention. They managed to get this what's so-called pipe financing, as people call it. They managed to rake in about $300 million. Again, who are these people with the hundreds of millions of dollars that they're willing to put into these companies that previously had nothing to do with crypto, blockchain, or any of that, and just says now they're going to, jump in and invest in these treasury strategies. Anyways, there's clearly too much money floating around out there, and as we all know, just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean that you're brilliant. So, in any event, look, I hope it works out for all of them, but I'm just watching from the sidelines with my popcorn, not trading this.
I'm in chat, friends, and we're talking here on YouTube, and I saw something today. I don't know if it, to be offended or not, but Ambio wasting time, which we all know as Chris. He had not been part of the Lambo and Garbage Truck family for a long time. He's been with us for a while. Yesterday, Dr. V is going to give away an hour mentorship, which somebody won. And right
Yeah.
before that, he signed up immediately. So I don't know if I should be offended by this. Like, we're not, me and you, Peter, are not good enough for him to sign up to the Lambos and Garbage Truck. But the minute Dr. V is going to give something out, he signs up. Chris, me and you're going to have a conversation after this show. But no, just kidding, my friend.
Well,
Glad to have you.
hold on.
I guess you can't blame him, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
in fairness, have you looked at her? Have you listened to the value, the knowledge that she drops? Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't think I'm in that same
I,
ballpark. So if
I
Dr. V is what does it
guess.
for you, I'm
Yeah.
good.
You
I'm
know
good.
what? I guess I have to be content with the way things are. Okay, good. All right, let's continue here, friends. Gappers list. TNGX this morning. TNGX this morning. Let's see, TNGX, if I could type it in here. There it is. We are up today 17% this morning, 6.8 million shares traded. So we are getting some good volume. Not a low flow, 64 million shares float this morning. So looking pretty good today as far as movement. As far as the actual pre-market activity, I'm not a big fan of, Peter. This is Tango. What a name. Tango Therapeutics.
Yes. Tango Therapeutics. All I see is that they raised some money, $225 million worth of it, in fact. That is been issued, been raised by issuing 21,223,337 shares of their stock. So at a price of $8.66. So there you go. I think that I this is not usually tradable type news. It just doesn't continue. The opening bell rings and this thing will just go dead. So
Yeah, absolutely. I don't like it this morning, friends. Let's look at one, and actually, we'll look at this whole entire sector here. Quantum, right? With the news coming out of the administration this morning, or actually last night, QBTS is up 16%, and as I mentioned before, all of the quantum stuff really reacting nicely to this positive news. So you got quantum, you got Rigetti Spaghetti, our good buddy, which is probably one of the ones I'm going to be looking at today. But again, they're all on here, including Ion Q, which again cannot trade very well. So Peter, obviously some great news. Well, I'm not sure if it's great news, but something that moves the market. We've seen it move on minerals, we've seen it move on batteries, and now we're getting into quantum.
yeah, and I am torn on these reports here that we've got. I don't know what to do about it. So the Trump administration has taken a very different approach to the markets and activities on a lot of fronts. One of them is how they're investing in industry. They have chosen to say that they're going to be taking equity stakes in quantum computing firms, and they'll provide federal funding to help grow and drive the industry, but they want a stake. And I'm torn because I don't think federal government it creates a conflict of interest, right? The government should be there for the people and the growth of the economy. And if they have a stake in a specific company, then they're incented to not necessarily do the best for the people and try and make sure those investments are well valued, which means you may change policy as a result of that. However, if you spread it wide enough, then arguably they're investing in the economy, and it always has been unfortunate that they will provide funding and never get any benefit on the top side, right? So companies use that funding to go and make themselves a big name, and then the government, if they're lucky, they get their loan back, but they never get the upside value. So I do think, that anyways, it's tough, right? That this is a interesting policy shift that doesn't have, a clear right or wrong to it, but the quantum sector, we can say today for sure from an investing point of view, is getting a little bit of surge if President Trump's administration is going to be taking equity stakes in quantum. Because unlike some of the other investments, like we've heard about the investment stake and the equity stake they've taken in semiconductors and in rare earth metals, in this case, this is a longer term future benefit, right? Because it's not like they're making quantum computers yet. The promise is there. We were just talking about this the other day, how we still got a little bit of runway before we get to real live active quantum computing. However, I would like to see the US at the forefront of the industry, right? That is not a sector that you necessarily want to cede to other major global powers who we all know are investing quite heavily in it, including China and others. So it's an interesting scenario, but for a very short term perspective, what we care about is how do we capitalize on it as traders. And I think today, yeah, QBTS, which is D Wave or Rigetti or QUBT, all seeing a little bit of a boost as a result of this news.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely gets messy. It sure does.
It does.
But you know what? If they make money, use that money to use when the government has to bail places out. You know, these companies that go bad. You know, use that
Well,
money to bail it out if you can make money, right? But it
yeah.
does get messy. But I'm always concerned with like, you know, for example, the banks is a good example. When the banks are doing well, you know, the government wants to go there and break them up. But when a bank is falling apart, they run to them to come save them. What? What's going on here, right? It's like it gets really, really messy.
U.S.
Uh,
U.S. banking is a crazy system to me because
it is. It really
as an
is.
outsider looking in, I just don't understand how the banks will rake in hand money after just gobs of money, and yet then they make a big mistake, and it's not even like they're just anyways, they make a big mistake and then they go to government for a handout and claiming that it's for the good of the economy and things will die if they don't. And I'm like, well, why don't you use some of the profits that you've been raking in for the last decade to pay for your mistakes? But anyways,
Yeah.
it seems ridiculous. I again,
It's
different countries run their banking system very differently. It's in the U.S. It's let's face it, the banking system runs the country, so
yeah.
it's a little bass backwards, but that's the way it is, I guess. So speaking of
It's
which, I was just reading this morning. You want to know where some of those profits are go? J.P. Morgan just launched yesterday their brand new headquarters. They spent something like $2 billion. Sorry, $3 billion building a 60-story global headquarters in Midtown Manhattan. So it's going to be housing 10,000 of JP Morgan's staff. Um, and it's a 2.5 million square foot building with 19 restaurants and lighting calibrated to circadian rhythms. Isn't that nice? So there you go. There's your government bailout money at work.
I love that. Listen, I worked in a basement in New York City for a long time. The sub level, no windows. Best time of my life. And with the damn lights, you know, it's you was in the city. It was so good. But yeah, get your lighting on. All right, here it is. So again, quantum in play today. I'm gonna definitely watch Rigetti. So let's go on here. I'm gonna put Rigetti on deck, RGTI, and maybe one of the QUBTs. Which one looks better? QUBT. Let's start with that one. Okay, so the lower price one, QBTS. QBTS looks much better. Even on the daily, I think it looks cleaner. Did move much better the last month or so. So I'm going to go with that one. Rigetti and QBTS this morning. So there we go. Oh, how about IonQ? Wait, hold on. Let's just check. You could go out with IonQ too. I'll throw in the secondary and I'll fine tune this a little bit later. There's just so much to look at this morning. We'll put this one on the secondary list here. Just give me 1 second, guys, so I don't fall behind. Ion Q. Awesome. All right, let's take a look. TradingTerminal.com. What else we have on here? What else is what's this? ETHZ? No, ETHZ. If I could type this in. I'm not sure what this is, but we are up 11.8, 1.1 million shares traded. It doesn't look attractive to me at all. What's the float on this? Okay, 8.9 million shares float. So not that big of a float, Peter. I'm not interested, especially today. I think there's so many good stuff we're going to have on deck that this is not going to be one of them.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound like one. I've never heard about it. ETHZilla Corp, a biotech company. Um, I already don't like the sound of it just based on the name. Yep, of course. What does it do? Are they a biotech company? No longer. They are a Ethereum treasury firm. So right there, Carlos, I'm already less interested. I don't care what they're doing. Moving on.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. All right,
Wow, they
friends.
did actually
Yeah,
2 days ago, apparently they implemented a 1-for-10 reverse stock split. So there you go. There's yet another reason not to like it. So they reducing their outstanding shares from 160 million down to 16 million. So yeah, whatever.
yeah, not ideal. All right, let's continue here, and not one's gonna be on deck for me. Let's look at LC. Then we'll hop around. We'll look at LC here. Then we'll hop around to see what else is on this list that we can take a look at this morning. We got a couple of tickers towards the bottom there. Oil, of course. Let's talk about that next. But first, LC. What is this ticker about? We are Lending Club. We are down nine. Oh, sorry. We're up 9.7, 315,000 shares trading. Traded so far, and it just looks horrible pre-market though. Pre-market doesn't look great. Daily's getting a nice gap up. Looks like we traded. I don't remember it, but looks like we traded it before because I do have some levels from the past on here. Could have possibly been on this big gap up, but again, I don't remember it. Peter, what's the latest and greatest with Lending Club Corporation?
I vaguely remember the name. I don't know this, but they did have earnings. That's why I imagine they're on our list. And they coordinated with their earnings announcement to release that BlackRock has committed to make about $1 billion investment or funds investment through the end of next year, 2026. So two pieces of good news, I guess, on their earnings, where they were up about 32% on revenue, and beat tripling their earnings per share estimate. So yeah, good morning for Lending Club. Some champagne probably popping over there. I don't think it's going to make our trading list. Just looking at it, averages about 1.5 million shares a day. It's not trading well pre-market. There's nothing really to recommend it here.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I know we looked at it before. I wonder if we ever ended up actually putting it. Well, actually, we did. If we did levels for it, we definitely put it on the list. Don't Can't recall if we actually
Must have.
traded it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's again, more quantum stuff on here. Let's stop here. Let's talk about oil here. We got a couple of oil tickers on deck this morning that are rising based with the sanctions on Russia from the US, and that's driving things higher. Any tickers there? I know normally they don't trade very well, but any tickers you like this morning on that sector?
Well, as you mentioned, we got some international trade, news, I guess, that's moving things. Traditionally, if you want to trade oil, Oxy has been one of the better ones. OXY, Occidental Petroleum. I don't. I'm looking at it here. The volume's really dropped off. Like you have to go back. We were trading this quite heavily during the pandemic, or at least always looking at it, and it was trading pretty well, all things considered. There was a great period between 2020 and 2022 when it was up and down, and the trading volume was higher. I feel like that's behind us. I don't like anything in this sector, to be honest. So I'm going to stick to the tech stocks that I know move, I know get volume. Um, that's my view, anyways.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. So, I do see Oxy, like you mentioned, moving here, up 3.4. Probably on the secondary, just in case something comes out that we can actually trade on. But Oxy, we have had some really good trading on Oxy, so looking forward to see if that's gonna do anything for us today. Shout out to Chad for joining the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, and also Abba Note, as well. Welcome, glad to have you, my friend. And good to have you part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck fam here. So let's take a look at what's gapping down. Actually, Peter, before I do that, anything you like on the gap up that we have not talked about yet?
Yeah, a couple I'll just mention in passing. FCX, Freeport McMoran, copper and gold miner. They had earnings, as you would imagine, with some of their commodity prices being at all-time highs. They had a good quarter, just above forecast. Not a lot of trading volume today, so I don't expect much to happen there. There's a ton of earnings. I won't go through all of them. Nokia had earnings. Dow Chemical, Hasbro Toys even had earnings. None of these are good traders, so I won't mention them. Other than American Airlines, because Carlos, I know you love American Airlines.
Yes.
Um, It's they're gapping up this morning on good earnings, delivered slightly more than forecasted revenue at 13.69 billion, and they lost less money than anticipated. They were going to lose 27 cents a share, at least that's what the forecast said, but they only lost 17 cents a share. So, I don't airlines continue to amaze me how they seem to just lose money all the time and yet keep on going. I mean, I guess that's good. We need to fly. But whatever, somebody's funding it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the stock is up this morning as they reported good, better than expected earnings, anyways.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so I'm adding American Airlines to my list here on the primary list. I do like when they trade well here, so they'll be added as well. All right, let's see what's gapping down, friends. What is driving this? Some of these stocks lower today. Let's start with the first couple on here. IBM. Oh yes, right. IBM. MOH. Let's start there. MOH. This morning we are down 20%. 53 million shares flow. So we're not looking at a low flow ticker here. But look at this drop, down 20%. They barely get any volume on the daily. So usually when I see 2.8 for the last 2-3 months is the highest you've done. Maybe 5 million here, 5.5 for the entire day. That usually is not attractive to me at all, right? So I'm already seeing this as not one that I'm going to be watching. But Molina Healthcare down big today, barely any volume in the pre-market, Peter. I won't have this on my list. Anything good to talk about this one?
Well, I mean, nothing good as you could imagine topping our gap down list. This is truly a question of who's getting fired because they cut their guidance today. But it's not the first time. It's not the second time. This is the third time that they've cut their guidance. And, if you're that far off your numbers that you got to cut your guidance 3 times within the same reporting period, somebody's getting fired or somebody
So
should.
yes, yes, they should.
So, the problem is I don't see it just from a trading point of view. The volume is low this morning. It is a NYSE stock. If this was a NASDAQ stock with a little bit more volume, I would absolutely want to watch this for a short. I feel like 19% that it's down right now is not enough. And this thing could easily drop to half of its price. But I right now it's just not moving enough to be interesting, which is too bad because I like this news at least for a trade. It's not good for the company, but I mean, I just look for trading opportunity. So.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I just don't know if we're gonna get the volume, right? I mean, it's pretty low right now, so I'm gonna leave this one alone for now, and then we'll come back and see if we can get something going here. STM is microelectronics. We are down today 9.6, 962,000 shares trade. So big drop for them this morning. Pre-market also looking very active with almost 1 million shares traded. We have looked at this ticker in the past. We have I don't think traded it, but we have definitely looked at it. Peter, they're not having a good morning.
Yeah, and for a semiconductor company, that's bad news because it's supposed to be all roses and butterflies here in semiconductor land. Um, but they had much lower sales than expected. And they say that the demand has been much lower. Slow recovery in chip demand. Again, that's very different to what the major semis that we've been watching have been talking about, where they just can't keep up, right? I mean, they're producing as much as they can, and there's still demand, which is driving their stock price higher. So, ST Microelectronics not doing as well with their product line, and they have actually announced earlier today that they were going to proposed an extraordinary general meeting of shareholders. So that is 100% damage control. And again, type of news that seems like I would love to trade. I don't love the volume pre-market. It's almost 1 million shares, which would normally be good. But if you dial it in, I mean, the 5 minute chart almost looks reasonable, but if you dial it on a 1 minute chart, you can absolutely see like there's entire minutes where zero trades get traded. Like I'm looking at, a couple of thousand trades per minute, if that, and it's not active. I don't know where the 1 million shares are, but it's certainly not. It looks like most of it happened overnight, and yeah, it's not. It's anyways. It's a shame. I would like to trade this to the short side, but doesn't look good either. So I'm going to put both STM and MOH just on a list for me to take a look at much closer to the open. I mean, we're already at 6 minutes after 9. I'm going to wait about 20 minutes and take a look. If they're looking a little more active heading into the last few minutes before the open, I might consider them for a short. Otherwise, I'm dumping them. I'm going to pay attention to other things.
Yeah, yeah, makes perfect sense. I feel the same way. All right, let's take a look at IBM. IBM on the list this morning. Yes, that is still a company. I know you might not have an IBM laptop anymore, but they are still around with servers and all kinds of probably cloud services. But remember, IBM used to be a household name, and I had an IBM ThinkPad. Was it ThinkPad or something? I mean, this was the computer
I
to
think the
have back in
ThinkPad
the
was
days.
an IBM, but they sold that. Remember, they
So
sold it off to
Lenovo,
Lenovo, right?
yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
this is way back. It was
They
IBM, and we
yeah.
got the big desk towers, but then when you had those three letters on there, nice and blue, you were happy, man. You were a happy kid if you had an IBM in your household. But whole different story now, Peter. Something's not going well with them today.
Yeah, well, they had earnings. They beat revenue, and raised their guidance. So like on the face of it, it looks like IBM should be going up because they had a good quarter and they raised their full year guidance. However, they said that one of the stacks, their software section, is shrinking a little bit, and their guidance was not raised as much as analysts thought it should be based on the guidance. If you really look at the full year, it essentially means they're showing slowing sales in the last quarter because based on what they've already done in Q3, they should have raised their guidance higher if they were going to keep that momentum. So bottom line, their guidance more or less points to the fact that the Q3 momentum that led to these good numbers they just reported is not going to continue. And that's why the stock is sliding this morning. Now, this is the type of news. Once again, I love to trade to the short side. If we get a pop higher, it would have to go up about $3 at this point. And then I could take a rising devil type trade on this thing. It's another one of these NYSE stocks. All of these this morning seem to be trading on the New York Stock Exchange, which means that you got to be cautious. You got to wait for the volume to come in. IBM is one of those sleeper stocks that does like to jump up unexpectedly. So you got to be very careful if you're thinking of a short on this one because it's down 8%. Others could see this as an investing opportunity. I mean, just look at the daily, right? As much as you say it's not a household name, Carlos, and you're absolutely correct. If we look at the way this thing trades, it's been up here for a while, right? And it's in this range that see how it's like the sine pattern where it's waving, but between these prices. So this could signal a move down to 240, and it's going to do that over the next couple of weeks. But I'm really interested in what's going to happen today, and my experience has been like look at the last time it gapped. Last earnings 3 months ago in July, Carlos, you can see how it sort of opened, it sold off, but then came sort of right back up. That little sort of doji candle that you've got there, showed that there was a little bit of volatility in the trading. So might be interesting. Again, reserve judgment with these NYSE stocks.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And you can get, look at this, you can purchase a ThinkPad, right, with Windows Vista
Yeah.
for $350 over and on eBay. So yeah, this was the one. We had one of these at my house, right? We had the little mouse pad here in the middle. Remember that? That didn't get too far, but yeah, it was something. It was
Soon,
definitely something.
soon as you said eBay, yeah, see, vintage laptop. So would you pay $350 for a vintage laptop? I mean, maybe
It's
I'm.
gotta, unless it has some serious emotional attachment, like I'm gonna hang it up as a talking
Yeah.
piece. No, no, I'm not doing that.
I could buy a
All
brand
right.
new laptop for $350. So
Oh yeah, yeah, one of those Google Chrome things, and that worked pretty well. All right, friends, let's top it off here with the biggest name this morning, or one of the biggest names this morning is Tesla, right in the gap down list, Peter. So earnings last night, obviously,
Tesla, baby.
market is reacting today. What's the latest and greatest?
Tesla. All right. Yes. So the Q3 was surprisingly good. They on at least revenue. They beat their revenue um quite handily actually, delivering 28.1 billion. However, they missed the bottom line earnings. Uh and said that they're concerned on their forward guidance because of these expiring EV tax credits that we talked about. So, um, yeah, they did take the opportunity to confirm that they were going to be expanding their robo taxi program. Remember, we were talking all about that when they launched it in Austin and the robo taxi, but it only had like a couple of routes. And it certainly wasn't as expansive what Waymo was already doing and others. And then Carlos, we lost focus, or at least, it just wasn't making news. So we
Yeah.
were not paying attention to it quite a while. So they say that they're going to expand it. So that's good. I'm waiting for John's Tesla to just leave his driveway one night and go off and run some errands, shuttle
Yeah.
people around. John to get up in the morning to find puke in his back seat, and but like $3.95 in contingency funds or whatever in a remuneration in his bank account. So uh, looking forward to that day, but that day is not today. Anyway, so
Yeah. Yeah.
Tesla, again, a relatively good quarter, sort of mixed numbers, high revenue, low earnings. It's the forward guidance that have people a little concerned. That being said, if you look at what Tesla did last night, I mean, as expected on right on the earnings announcement, it sort of was a little bit all over the place. It popped up. It dropped down. I mean, obviously, net we're down here this morning, 3.5%. And never count Tesla out. Of course, this could be seen as a buying opportunity for a bunch of people. So 420s. If we again look at the daily, we're in the range here that we've been trading in for the last 2 months almost. It's only if it drops down below about 410, 415, 410 that really you've got to worry about it for a huge sell-off. So we've got range. I mean, this thing could go up to 440, still be in range, go up to 450, still be in range. So we got about $25 to the upside, 10 to the downside, in my opinion, for this thing to play in today that would not do anything special from a technical point of view, in my opinion. So.
Yep, yep, absolutely. We need to come up. It's gonna be on my list, by the way, so we'll add it on here. And I think that's it for the gap down, Peter. Anything else? I see MU creeping up here. Anything else you like off the gap down this morning?
Uh, the only other one I was going to mention is T-Mobile. TMUS. T-Mobile had earnings. They actually beat their numbers in the quarter. They delivered better than expected revenue at 21.96 billion and $2.59 of earnings. However, they actually had a record 2.5 million new subscribers, which is good, and they raised their financial guidance. So why is it gapping down? I never know. T-Mobile seems to do this a lot. It's one of those few that it doesn't seem to matter if the news is good or bad. It's going to trade the way it's going to trade. I just can't figure it out. It's on
Yeah.
low volume. This is a Nasdaq stock, but it trades like it's on the New York Stock Exchange. So it just makes it very awkward to trade. I mentioned it because it's one of the big telcos, but T-Mobile and Verizon, these two are the worst trading of that sector, and I don't, yeah. Verizon is VZ, yeah, and then T-Mobile TMUS. But yeah, AT&T we talked about the other day. It actually trades better, in my opinion,
Mm.
than this one does. So I said I don't think I'll be going anywhere near it today. I just don't know what to do with it because I just can't predict it, and if I can't predict it, it lowers my probability of success in trading it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. These telecommunications companies are not great. I don't think I ever traded them successfully anyway. So, we'll be staying away from those. All right, friends, let's do this. Let's go to you guys and see what you guys like this morning. And we'll start pulling off some of the ticker names you guys are looking at.
In
Go ahead.
in the chat room, Jared's trading Super Micro,
Yeah.
SMCI. It looks like and they looks like they've lowered their guidance quite a bit. Look at that drop that happened before 9, and Jared seemed to have gotten in here and took an opportunity of that. But yeah, they're looking at preliminary revenue of about 5 billion, which is significantly below the prior 6 to 7 billion dollars worth of guidance. So we're starting to see now. Remember Supermicro? This is the one where the CEO had come out at the end of last year and said we're going to do 40 billion of revenue, and they were barely at. They weren't even at 30 billion. And
Mm-hmm.
then they came out with these increased guidance and said, well, he might have misspoke when he said that. It's we're not there. And then they revised their estimate, and even their revision wasn't enough, as they're really showing that their growth was nowhere near as phenomenal. So again, as far as I know, that's a CEO that's probably not going to get fired. He's a major shareholder. The family, I've talked about this in the past. He's part of this family that owns all sorts of these different companies in this very complicated web. So, he could say pretty much anything he wants and he's not going to get fired. So, anyway, Supermicro, just a weird corporate scenario, but good trading opportunities when it moves. And right now, it's moving.
Yeah, yeah, it sure is. This also was mentioned in chat. And how did Jared not alert us of this in time so we could join the party?
He,
He must
he
have some inside information. What's going on? If he caught this move, he's definitely got
yeah,
some
well,
inside stuff happening.
I,
Uh,
a guy's
what's
got to
that?
trade. He was providing advice. 9/11,
Hmm.
he said he was long at $47.50. So he
Okay.
did,
Oh,
you
he
can't
took
say
it
he didn't
long.
tell
Okay.
you. He
Yeah,
did tell
yeah.
us. So
All right.
let's give Jared a break,
Fair
man.
enough.
He's
Fair
trading and
enough.
doing his best to share the information. Frankly, it's up to the rest of us to keep up. So
No, I agree. I'm just bitter. I'm not in the move. I don't care. I'm bitter. Like it or
I
not.
gotta
It
I
is what it
gotta
is.
gotta defend the bald brother every once in a while. So
Ah, if that's what's happening here, I get it.
yeah, yeah.
All right, friends. All right, so what else? So SMCI on the list. I'm going to add that one here as well. Let's just get over here and add SMCI. Looks very good. We do have, we're going to add Tesla, which we also are going to be watching here. I think Tesla's doing great. For it not to be dropping and keeping within its range, this is a good positive situation for Tesla. Because usually, unless they blow things out of the water, they're going down. And that's what seems to happen to a lot of tickers now. But this is good. This is good for them. They're maintaining, only down 3.2. Not bad, not bad. All right, what else? Any other tickers? We got 1 minute to look at another one. SMCI, we did look at CNC by Steve, and then we'll call it and start looking at what else we have here. CNC, no, Centene Corporation. So for me personally, I just don't like the volume, and I don't like the lack of volume on the daily as well. So pre-market right now only 326,000, but I'm not seeing anything great on it. But again, comes down to your strategy. If your strategy can support the way this thing is trading, by all means, Steve, watch it and let us know how you make out here, and let us know what strategy you trade as well. Right, that'll be nice to know. One more here, King Nugget is giving us quantum. Yeah, QMCO is another one that normally we don't look at a lot. And again, you could tell the difference, right? Look at QMCO, and let me show you like QBTS. Look how beautiful that daily is. That is probably one of the best dailies on quantum computing tickers, right? So I'm definitely going to watch that. Rigetti's not too far from that as well. So again, QMCO definitely in place. But if you look at the other ones, these two, Rigetti and QBTS, can trade very well. They get the volume and they can move very nicely, right? So those are going to be my two on deck. IonQ is the third favorite here. That's also in play today. So pick your favorites out of all of that this morning. All right, friends, let's go over to bearwithtraders.com where you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. But today we'll focus on beautiful Thursday. And I did take the first, so let's say Thursday, first thing I think about, did I take out the garbage? And I did. I did take out the garbage. So we are good. All right, what's happening today, Peter?
That's good. I'm just checking. Is this live? Where's my live trading? I thought I had live trading. What is the date today? It's the 23rd. Yeah, 3 o'clock. So for anybody that's a Peak Capital boot camper, live trading today is actually I've got a live trading session at 3 o'clock. So Thor, I think, is trading live with our people at in the boot camp this morning, as per usual. No, that's tomorrow. Sorry, today there is no live trading this morning. It's just 3 o'clock. Which because I want to show you guys my 1 to 10 trade, just a different perspective on the market. So if anybody's here in the chat room or on YouTube and you're part of the P Capital boot camp, know that the live trading is happening at an unusual time. It's a late afternoon one today. So. There you go. All right, let's get to Bearable Traders and what's happening there. And it's Thursday mentorship time, which means, as usual, we've got our 3 sessions with Lenny at 11 to talk about trend trading. We got Jared, who talks options at noon. That's a great mentorship session for anybody that's an option trader. And then, of course, we've got our evening mentorship with Thor. So Thor bracketing the day with his early morning trading. And he's doing his very popular mentorship session in the evening. So one of the Bald brothers, both Bald brothers in action, in fact. And I love Thor, as he said, yeah, BBT, Bald Brothers Trading going on here. So that's awesome. Carlos, you need to shave your head. It's the only
We
possible
we we actually have a different name for that. That's what you call it. We call it the beer traders, right? So it's
Oh, okay. All right.
beer traders. So yeah.
Beard.
So
All right.
yeah.
Well, one way or the other. Big beard traders. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
there you
that
go.
too.
Big
So.
beer traders. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Ben sent me a nice picture. I got to send to you guys. It's hilarious.
All right.
But yeah, go ahead, Peter.
So those are our 3 mentorship sessions today, 11, noon, and 8 p.m. Hopefully you'll join. As always, guys, bearabletraders.com. Go check out the membership options. You can take advantage of those. And tradingterminal.com if you want your data, your information, your news feeds, all of that stuff. So those are your 2 main places to go. We can't forget about our Peak Capital boot camp. The next boot camp will not be starting until 2026. Current boot camp is in full swing right now. We're about a little more than halfway through this boot camp. So hopefully everybody is enjoying that who's involved. It's a great intensive course for training yourself up for your trading journey. But whichever way you go, right? We got all 3 of these companies that can help you out. So I'm looking forward to this picture, Carlos. Whatever you got, because we're running short of time here today.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we'll
I
have to do
started with my
that.
big rant. That's why I waste some time with this.
No. We're good, man. We're good. Let's get some levels in here, friends, and then I'll show you Ben's picture and what he got going on there. Rigetti, QBTS, American Airlines, Tesla. I'm missing one. Yes, I am. SMCI. Okay, so there it is. Let's take a look at some levels. We'll do them as quickly as we can here so we can get our live traders ready to rock and roll here. So Rigetti and Quantum in play this morning. High of the pre-market on this one is just below the low from 2 days ago's high. 42.97 is the place, and then towards the bottom, 37.39 is the low of the pre-market. And once you do that, you're pretty set. I mean, you're surrounded here by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, previous day close. Towards the top, there's a big level on the daily at 47.54. And I'm also going to look out for the whole dollar number, 46, 44, and 45, right? So look at those as we move up. But right now, that's the big level you have, that 47.54. QBTS, another one that I do like this morning. Again, these 2 trade very well. They have amazing daily level towards the top, 35.80. High of the pre-market slamming into yesterday's low right here, so don't got to worry about that. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days in the middle of the pre-market action there. Towards the bottom, low of the pre-market, 39.29.35. You can mark that there. Then highs and lows and previous day close towards the bottom here. So another one, the daily, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. American Airlines, I like this one. I am not in a swing on American Airlines, unfortunately. I was waiting for it to get to below 10, below 9. That did not happen. But we're pushing up higher here. 12.86 is the high of the pre-market this morning. Nice daily level being confirmed by a couple of areas at 12.56. And then over to the top here, I do have an area around 13.14. Towards the bottom, plenty of stuff, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. I'm just going to mark down the low of the pre-market at 12.17, and once you do that, you are set. Of course, the big talk today is Tesla. Let's see what Tesla does today. Down 3.6 right now, trying to rebound here, but struggling. 420.88 is the low of the pre-market. 427.50 is the high. Towards the top, there's plenty of levels. I don't think you need to add. Actually, you do need to add this one area here. 432.72 is not marked by our automatic levels that we have here with the previous day close. So definitely put that there, 434.72. And then towards the bottom, you got a nice level here at 412.79. Oh wow, Tesla continues to drop here, trying to make a new low. So not good for them right now. Let's see how the market reacts when the heavy volume comes in. SMCI with a big drop, huge recovery. Jarry's making money, left everybody behind. That's okay. 46.92 is the low of the pre-market there. Towards the bottom, we have a level at 46.08, and then right down here at 44.54. Towards the top, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. I am going to mark down the high of the pre-market at 53. And again, this is moving today. 5 million shares traded, definitely in play this morning. Peter, quick look at what our team is watching. Then we'll let our live trader see Andrew's ready to go take over the chat room here.
Well, let's start right there with him. Then Andrew is going to be watching VTYX, Tesla, SMCI, Rigetti, and NVIDIA. I see Brian, also a live trader, going to be trading Tesla, NVIDIA, PLTR, QBTS, Rigetti. So we got a lot of quantum going on here. Carlos, I'm seeing a bald picture of you. I love it. And then the rest of our moderators, guys, you can see their lists in the chat room. Why don't we let Andrew and Brian get to it there, and we will continue with our friends on YouTube. Did you show the picture? Where's the picture you promised me?
That is pretty good. That is pretty good. All right. All right. We'll do it later, actually, because Andrew's ready to go. We'll let Andrew and Brian go live, and we'll see you guys a little bit later. All right. Excellent. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun, man. Good morning, Andrew. Wow. Time flies. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to stop this here. So, all right. We'll get set up here. How did we get to 9:26? We started at 8:30. Like, what? How we talk for so much? Me and you, Peter, we were having too much fun doing this.
Like you said, time flies when you're having fun.
Man.
We're always having fun here in the morning.
Oh, my goodness. I just tapped my coffee mug, and it did one of these. And the coffee came up to the rim.
Did the wobble.
Did the wobble.
Yeah.
The coffee came up to the rim, but it all stayed in the cup.
That's enough to induce panic. I don't drink coffee, but that's why I keep my water in a bottle like this, that I know, even if it falls over, it's not spilling. So
yeah, and I usually get one of the thermos, but today, it's nice to drink out of a nice mug, right? It's pretty nice.
Be civilized. Have a real cup. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to use the china. I'm trying to use everything, man. I'm not waiting for special events. I tell my wife, no, get the nice plates out. Just use it now. If it's just us two, doesn't matter. I'm all for that.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, my wife and I have this special china that we got for our wedding 33 years ago, and it's so out of date and fashion now that we don't use it anymore. But I'm thinking we should have used it. We should have used it 30 years ago when we got it.
Yeah.
Because now we're looking at it going, oh my God, like it would be embarrassing to serve things on that. But that's what we wanted at the time.
Yeah.
But, that was 33 years ago.
I use it, man. And my wife has plastic cups for the kids, right? The kids, that we get these regular plastic cups. I use the glass cups. I'm not using plastic cups if I got glass cups. Not for the kids, you have to. They dumb stuff for. But
now that you mentioned that, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to talk to my wife and say, you know what? We never use it, even when we have fancy dining. Should we take out like the fancy china? Next time the kids visit, we're just going to serve everybody on these really fancy floral.
Don't say anything. Just take it out.
China.
Yes. Just take it out. Just, calmly, generally, just place it out there. See what happens.
Besides, by then I'll have a brand new dishwasher. I could put it on gentle cycle and then track it on my phone or the Wi-Fi and see how my dishes are doing. Maybe it'll have a camera in the dishwasher that I can watch the dishes being washed live. I don't know.
Beautiful. It's beautiful, Peter.
All right.
Beautiful thing.
I am watching. The stuff we've talked about here. We'll see what we get from the open. Carlos, I'm not sure. Again, I said I was going to come back at this MOH and IBM. MOH doing nothing, IBM not doing much more. I am looking to see if I can get a rising devil on IBM if it pops up to around 265.60. then maybe a drop. Maybe that's a trade. I'm not so convinced. We'll find out in a little bit here, a few seconds to a few minutes.
There it
Here's the
is.
bell.
Here we go, friends. Let's make it
All
happen.
right, don't forget, Tesla had the earnings. Tesla was another potential rising devil. We'll see what happens here. If it could pop up, seems like it's moving down. Look
Yep.
at IBM. IBM, wow. See, this is what this is why you have a plan, right? So I had a plan. IBM has blown through my plan already. Now, we'll have to see if it comes back and looks weak, but this is a bigger increase than I was anticipating. So not loving it so far. Going in. I got to listen to what Andrew's doing.
Yeah, hop in. Let me know what
Andrew,
he's doing.
we haven't talked much about it, Carlos, but Andrew's on his run to be an eight-figure trader. He's got his trading account sitting at $9.7 million right now, looking to get it over 10 by the end of the year. Very
Yeah.
public about that.
Yeah,
So I think
it's one of
that's
those things where it's like, you have a
cool.
winning streak, you just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx it. He
But,
talks about it's okay.
well,
I'm rooting for him very
yeah.
hard. But
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
we are. I'm sure,
And
you
it
too, but
does it does
it's
feel
like,
risky to publicly tell people. But again, that seems to be that's sort of what, people expect, right? They want to see your journey. They want to know what's going on.
yeah.
And Ender's been
Yeah.
very good about trading, being able to trade successfully in the spotlight.
The
And
spotlight.
that's
Yeah.
not easy to do. Not easy to do.
It takes time to do that, man. Creates pressure. I remember when he first started, and he something he obviously has told people publicly and mentioned to me as well. You
Oh,
know, it sometimes a
Tesla.
lot makes him do things he doesn't want to do. Doesn't do that now. He's a much veteran trader now, but in the past he did. He'll take
Yeah.
trades that he shouldn't trade anymore, right? He doesn't do that now, but
Yeah.
it was an issue before. Um,
Right. So Tesla got a little bit of a sell-off off the open. There was a couple of bucks there. If you were fast, that's not my trade because I wanted to pull back first. It did not give it. Now Tesla, I don't know what it's doing.
yeah,
Now it's moving back up in the short term. We'll see. IBM, again, guys, broke my Rising Devil strategy, so no trade on IBM. And the other one that I was watching, the MOH, I mean, it did drop, but again, no pullback, no real volume. So the volume just came in on MOH, and it still doesn't look good. So I don't love. So that
yeah.
one's dead to me. Nothing to watch there, really.
I like Tesla for a 1 minute ORB. I don't like it that it's under the VWAP. So it's not ideal right now, but we'll see. We'll see how it reacts here. Rigetti dropping, so we got Rigetti on deck. Here selling down. Oh man, Rigetti has taken a bit of a hit here.
Rigetti and QBTS, well, and
UBTS.
QUBT, all
Yep.
three of them dropping off the open here. So looks like the long-term investors aren't as convinced about the the prospects, it seems.
Yep. Tesla is the trade today, friends, I think. And here we might be getting into something. Let's see. Tesla's a trade. We got a pullback to VWAP. We're getting a rejection. Let me check my Andrew indicator, make sure he's not going long. I don't want to go long if he's going long, but this could be a good opportunity for a trade. Just don't know which way, but it is there. Um, uh, I'm gonna go short now. I was trying to wait for the 5 minute ORB, but the signals it just seem so clear now for a continuation. So I'm gonna go short now. Let's see. Oh yes, yes, yes. Okay, partial here. Let's see if we can get another leg down. I was trying to wait for the 5 minute ORB, but it's just everything looks so good for a short. And I'm glad I got in because we would definitely not join a 5 minute ORB here. It's getting too extended now. So got a level 412. Looking for another run if we can get it. Struggling here. Love another partial. We can get it here. No, no. We're slightly above our break even. This candle's looking very bullish though, so I might bail on this if we don't get another retest that 414, which is the low of the pre-market. I'm sorry, low of the excuse me, low of the day, 414. You did get a nice pullback. This is now the 5-minute market, so this is now your 5-minute range if you're using the body, right? So you still have an opportunity there. All right. You know what? Let's see if oh man.
Oh, you know what, Carlos, you got Andrew who's short with you on this. So
Oh, the Andrew indicator on my side. I love it, man. If I'm going to I want to go. Okay. I'm short on the funded account too on this thing. I reacted. I thought about it too late, but I'm short on the funded account as well. So we're short there. I'm gonna take another partial here, guys, just in case. I want to be patient, but it's Tesla, right? And they're down 5%. Just gonna take a partial. I mean, we're up a little bit. So partial here on Tesla. I would love 412. You see, this is John. John is holding it up. Where's John? Tell John to just sell for a little bit. Just let us get our drop. John is buying it up. John. All right, here it is.
you know what we didn't talk about today? We didn't talk at all about Beyond.
Yeah. Oh, it fell off the map. You saw that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still, yeah, oh yeah. It dropped yesterday for sure, but it's still trading like massive volumes. Like it's which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. How far can Tesla go down? We don't know. RH. I mean, I want 412, 79, but you know, it's a stock that you see. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Of course. I'll tell you this though. I am ready to take this long above the VWAP. I'll tell you, I think this will move today. We just don't know the direction. I don't think it's gonna stay choppy. It's my personal opinion. We're not, we don't know what the stock is gonna do, but I am thinking this is gonna move one way or the other. Above 417, I'm taking everything off, but I would love to see another drop. So we're right there. Yeah, I'm out. Okay, I'm out of it. All right, so we got some. And I gotta stop out of my other trade as well. But yeah, we're gonna get Tesla. We're gonna get some more. There's some more that this thing has to give us, I think. Peter, anything for you yet?
Yeah, I'm trying a short on SMCI here at VWAP. I want to
Okay.
see if we can get a drop. I see there's orders to the downside on it, but I need it to move. So
I'm gonna stop out of my funded account as well. Guys, funded account. So check it out. tradingterminal.com. Here is my my account so far. So I just took this trade on Tesla, but unfortunately did not work. I had a bad entry on the funded account one. My other one was much better. But here it is. Got in, stopped out here, and we're doing pretty good. We're up $6,000. BYD yesterday just delivered nicely. So let's see. I want a big check. All right, here's Tesla. I strongly believe this is gonna be a long. um, above the VWAP. This is, has all the looks of a possible long. No, it's not actually that delay. It's just I was refreshing it, and also keep in mind I am streaming, I am doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing so much. So, although I got amazing connection, it's not going to. There might be a little bit. Actually, no. I'm looking side by side. It's not delayed. The delay that you could be seeing is YouTube delay, right?
Mm.
VP. Yeah, it's YouTube delay. It's not. No, it's right on it, man. 419. Yeah, yeah, it's just right on it. So, oh man, I didn't jump into the party. This is where this VWAP breakout pullback and confirmation really hurts me. Because when things don't pull
Mm.
back, I mean, look, this thing's up already almost $3 from the VWAP breakout. So this is where that strategy, you know, you can't account for everything, but this is where that strategy will hurt you a little bit here. Um, ah, let's see. You enter our stop down. That's a good interest for anticipating the breakout. Not mad at you. It looked bullish here, so yeah, it's a good one. Not mad that you squeezed me. Um, Peter, you are SMCI. What's the situation here?
Yeah,
Long, short?
it's not looking good. It's holding above VWAP here. That's not where I want it to be. My stop is actually just above that wick you saw 2 minutes ago. So I just barely survived that. Um,
Yeah,
so we'll see. I needed to I was hoping that it would drop. So far it's not looking good, but you never know on SMCI.
yeah,
Thought I like the weakness of the news. I thought that the price action looked weak. The level two, and the Atlas data shows orders to the downside, but it's got to go get them.
yeah,
So
yeah. American Airlines. Yeah, I see American Airlines have VWAP. Yeah, yeah. It's the volume is not great. Um, yeah, but I see the American Airlines. Okay, Tesla's pulling back. Um, let's see what we do there. Tesla. But yes, friends, it's all in, right? At $99 for trade terminal is all in. A funded account, Atlas scanners, it's everything, even some intro material. So yeah, so who asked for that? Mohi, yeah, it's all in, man. So definitely take advantage of it. Just looking at
IBM
Tesla.
IBM moved higher on the open and it's holding that. Seems like it's settled down, so volume's already sort of died right off. So not much going on there. Let's see, what do we got? AMD and Nvidia. Not not doing a lot so far this morning.
Do we get to trade with Andrew? So Andrew is in chat. Andrew is Bearable Traders chat, right? So there's where Andrew trades live. All right, so here's Tesla. We're getting the pullback. Yeah, we might get a confirmation long on Tesla here. I am in on my funded account long on Tesla. And we are just about maybe getting our signal.
Yeah, I got stopped out on SMCI, so that didn't work. Looked good when I got into it, but didn't didn't continue. I've never had good luck trading SMCI. It's not one that likes me.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like this candle here on Tesla.
Tesla's looks pretty uncertain as to what it wants
Yeah,
to do, doesn't it?
it really does. It really does. Um, it seems like almost a VWAP rejection, but again, I'm not sure. Right now, I have no edge right now on Tesla whatsoever at the moment. So it can really go
Uh,
anyway.
the orders are fairly balanced top and bottom, so it's tough to know where this thing wants to go.
It is very hard right now to see where the situation is taking our good buddy Tesla. But I think there'll be a play. I think there's a play long here or below the VWAP, false VWAP breakout, and there's a play short to may hopefully what will be the low of see, I think there's a short play here. Let's see. I don't want to overtrade this, but I am gonna get short on Tesla now. I am gonna get short on Tesla now. I think
Really?
yeah, I am, man. I think it's in play today. We gotta get something out of this thing. All right.
Hmm.
Now I'm hopefully going towards the low of the day. Um,
Tesla,
I,
the topside orders have disappeared.
yeah, this is a good
They
drop.
have,
This is a false to
they
me right
have.
now. Yeah. Again, we don't know. It could be chop, but to me, this looks like a false view at breakout. And there's just so much volume. I think we gotta go somewhere. Check out Amazon. Let me see. I'm gonna check it on my other screen, so I keep this one front and center. Let's check Amazon as we see what's happening with Tesla. Oh yeah, beautiful breakout on Amazon. Very nice, very nice. Um, you're getting a pullback now. But yeah, nice.
All right, this may be a
Nice.
mistake, but I've joined you, Carlos, on this. I am short Tesla.
Yes.
I jumped in on
Yes.
that pullback a little bit.
Yes,
Oh, I didn't
Peter.
get as good a fill as I'd hoped, but I'm just over 418 on
Let's
my
get
entry.
this
Looks like
drop
you
here.
got a better entry.
Let's see if we could lose this 417. Now the pressure's on. Now you gotta work Tesla because if when Peter gets in, we can't let Peter down. You have to work.
Yeah, don't let me down.
Yeah. Let's see. There it is. Come on. This candle's important. We gotta allow the buyers to lose faith here. We're not getting our moves here. Tesla loves his 420 level. Yeah, you know what? It's funny because that's around where my stop is, and once I saw it, I'm like, oh, 420. Yeah, it's right. Tesla loves his 420. Um, uh,
Carlos, it's
I
not working.
know, not working, man. Tesla, this is all John's fault. I'm telling you.
It's all John's fault, is it?
Yeah, he's always bullish on Tesla.
Well,
Let's
he's
see
not
here.
alone. He's got all his little Tesla buddies there.
Yeah, I know. Let's settle below the VWAP. RCI was right out of your. Yeah, right. Let me see.
It is funny because the orders are still looking like it wants to pull it down, but it's
It's gonna stop me out.
oh wow, see?
Yeah, I'm out of that.
I'm out.
Damn it, Tesla.
Damn
Ah,
you, Tesla.
what
Well,
a
that's two
playing hard
losses
to
for me.
get. Oh, it's two for me as well. Well, actually, well, we didn't make much, but it felt like a loss because I didn't get what I wanted in the first trade. Um, but we are red now because of this trade. Crap. Tesla's playing hard to get. Why are you trading like this? Why are you trading this way? And I got 2 losses on my funded account, 3 losses on my funded account.
Yikes. Well, I got 2 losses in my real account, so it's
Uh,
Andrew went long Tesla as it
I
popped
I I
there.
want to go long. I want to go long, but I don't want to overtrade this thing.
Mm, wow. Andrew. Andrew, just as I was getting out, Andrew was getting long. Gosh, damn
Yeah.
it. That's always the way, eh? And Andrew gets the
you sold
move
you you
and
sold the
I lose
shares to
money.
him.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, Tesla.
Oh well, Andrew's the man. That's why he's the master.
That's right, he is. That's for sure.
Nvidia popped up here, set a new high of day. Not that impressive of a high of day, but it is the high of today. And SMCI, I was definitely wrong about that move lower below VWAP, so that's unfortunate for me.
It's not trading well either, right? It
Well,
just popped up and went
no,
sideways. Like it's not really.
yeah, it's no, I'm done for the day probably on SMCI. That's another one, along with IBM and that MOH that we were looking at. American Airlines also didn't end up doing anything. So yeah, Carlos, not a lot of great
Yeah,
opportunities today, at least in my opinion.
no.
I mean, it's not like there weren't trades. I mean, Meta, Google, Amazon all sort of popped up here. Meta's probably the best moving stock that I can see here this morning, but I wasn't actively watching those.
Yeah, and even Tesla now, like, there's no reason why you shouldn't just break out of this. And it's just like it's even giving bulls a hard time here. Like,
Yeah,
just do it.
yeah,
Like,
we
what are
got
you waiting
some.
for?
I think we got some opposing forces going on here in Tesla. The fans and the detractors are trying to figure out
Yeah, look at
who's
this
gonna
drop.
carry
Yeah,
the
it's
day.
just, you know what? I'm gonna stop looking at this garbage, man. Like, well, why just go? Yeah, this is just trading, not trading well. Or maybe
Should
now I
have
would do it.
shorted. We should have shorted RGTI as it came back and retested the VWAP, Carlos, about
Yeah,
15 minutes ago.
even QBTS, just not
Uh,
so long ago retested the VWAP.
yeah, RGTI is prettier in my opinion.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Much
it's much
much
better.
cleaner. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cleaner. All right, here goes. Tesla looking to get going. All right, maybe now I might do it. All right, do we go long Tesla? I want to be in this trade. I don't want to chase it though.
Oh, Andrew's trying QBTS long.
Oh yeah, is it heading back towards the VWAP?
Yeah, he just jumped in on the momentum here as it is QBTS pushed back up through VWAP. So
Oh wow, that's a big push. Yeah, that's a big push to VWAP.
man,
Tesla's gonna keep going up, Peter. You know what? I traded the heck out of this already. I am going to go long on my funded account here.
wow, wow.
I'm enjoying this party, man. I might regret this, and this might have to be chalked down as over trading. But
Mm.
oh man, I am so want to be in this trade. Let's at least be
I
smart
can't.
about it. Let's at least wait for a pullback. Let's at least be somewhat smart.
Yeah, I can't do it, man.
Been
This is
yeah,
not my trade.
FOMO for sure.
Not my
FOMO for
trade.
sure. I mean, I don't. I rarely get FOMO, but I do have FOMO on this because look at it go. Look at it go. Oh man, I'm gonna wait for a pullback. Demi, I mean oh Sam, yeah, I'm waiting for a pullback. Uh, just at least be reasonable in the entry. Um, how much is the trading terminal with level 2? You mean Atlas? $99. Everything, all in. $99. So that gets you all in. It gets you the funded account, which I'm in. I'm in on my funded account long, which I've not been doing too well today. I lost almost 500 600 bucks. Yeah, it's not doing too well today.
Mm.
Um, I'm in Tesla, but this time I took half size on Tesla. Um, 'Cause I took some big losses already. When I was at 19, and I'm trying to protect the profits here for the big check. With the big check
What's your yeah.
as well.
What are you up?
5,682.
Oh
But
wow,
I
okay.
started the day at over 6, man. So
Mm.
I'm taking some
That's
hits on
still
Tesla.
that's still pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. See if I can maintain it. That's the hard thing, right? Making money is easy. Keeping it. Oh, now we're talking a whole different language now. Keeping is the tough part.
It's one of my favorite quotes from John McAfee,
Mm-hmm.
who's dead now, but said any idiot can make money, very few can keep it. He's a
Yes,
guy who
yes.
died broke, hiding from the tax authorities in like some like Venezuelan prison or something.
Mm,
Anyways, just a great quote knowing what happened. It wasn't Venezuela, it was somewhere in Europe maybe.
yeah.
But wherever he was, he was running from the he was running from the tax authorities. Went a little
Okay. I think now. I think we got to pull back. Okay. Now I'm good. Now I'm long on Tesla on my actual account, and I'm gonna add more on my funded account. We'll see. All right. All right. Let's see if we can get the break. This is such not my trade, but I think this is an opportunity here to go longer, hopefully higher. Long on Tesla. This will be my third trade on Tesla. So one green, one red, which is the short, and then long now. Let's see how the long goes. What does it mean when the market can remain irrational longer than you can
Spain.
remain solvent? Yeah, so we've seen a lot of stories like this one, man. A lot of great examples of people just blowing up their account. What's the last one?
Yep.
What's this guy from Etos? What's the firm that he blew up? Like $23 million when Viacom went down, right? It just kept dropping, and he just,
Oh
no
my.
matter how much money he had, he lost like 23 billion in like 2 days. That was just recent, like maybe
Right.
4 years ago. Maybe, no, like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh.
so oil, we've seen people also blow up on oil, where they think, oh, it can't go any lower, and it keeps going lower and lower and lower, and they blow up. So um, even this guy, what's the guy with the housing movie, where he shorted the housing crisis in 2008?
Oh,
Michael,
s-
Michael
um,
something,
yeah, yeah. What's his name?
The Big Short. Yeah, what's the guy's
The
name?
Big Short.
Michael
The actual guy that the movie was sort of based on. Yeah.
Michael Berry. Hmm.
Barry. Yeah. I
Yeah.
wanted to
So
say Michael Cera, but that's an actor. So
yeah.
I know, like that's not it.
So the same thing
Yeah.
with him. The investors were pissed. Even though he made the money, they were pissed because this could have went south very, very easily, right? He got lucky, but if it would have kept going up, even though he was right, it could have kept going up to the point that he has to bail, he has to sell, margin costs, right? And then it could eventually all crash down. So no matter how much money you have, the market can stay irrational because it was irrational at that point, right? The housing market
Hmm.
was irrational basically. Then he was able to survive and catch the drop, but it could have kept going up. Maybe that was not the time for it to be the top, right? So that's what that means. The market can be irrational before you can stay liquid in cash or have enough buying power. It can bend you. So we've seen this happen over and over in market history,
Absolutely.
from the beginning of time.
The market's going to remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. That is for sure. So,
Yep. The guy in Canada who blew up on oil, he blew up a couple of firms too around oil. I forgot his name.
yeah, natural
But he bet
gas.
it.
One of the
Natural gas?
most
Yeah, yeah, one
famous
of
ones,
those. Yeah.
natural gas. And you're right. He blew up like 20, 30 billion dollars or whatever it was. And then
Yeah.
he was right ultimately, but he couldn't remain solvent long enough. I think it was within a
Yep.
matter of weeks and he was betting short on this thing for 2 years or whatever it was for a long
Yes.
period of time. And until he ran out of money, he basically put all of the firm's money into it. And then it did reverse, but it
Like
was
what,
like,
like
again,
2 weeks later, right? Like it was like very
yeah, two
short
weeks
time
after they
frame.
liquidated,
Can you
yeah, they
imagine
liquidated his
this?
firm because, yeah, and can you like, yeah, because he's like, I was right, I was so right, and he was,
That
but
sucks.
he had the timing wrong, and that's one of the crazy things about trading, right? That
What happens when
you
you blow up
can't
a
always,
firm?
yeah,
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. What happens is the people that invested lose their money. That's what happens. It's just, and the
yeah,
banks lose their money too. The banks they got protection over this. But the people that get hurt when a firm blows up is a regular Joe Schmo that put in his money in there. The John Doe that put his money in there. That's the people that gets hurt. These guys, they take their money out, they stash it, and they protect themselves, right? And risk everybody else's money. You know. Um, so that's what usually happens. No, they always win, Ali. I mean, they protect themselves for these type of things, right? They lose money, but at the like the casino, right? They'll lose, but in the end game, they always win. Same thing with banks, but no, they lose when you take a $23 billion hit. You're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel that.
you're
I
gonna
don't care
feel
what
that.
bank you
You
are. You're gonna
think?
feel that. Yeah, you're gonna feel
Uh,
that.
Oh, look at this. Andrew.
Absolutely.
Andrew is just kicking it on QBTS and Tesla. I'm jealous right now. And yes, I see SMCI, but it's not my
Oh
trade
wow.
anymore. This move above VWAP and back down, I'm not going to try and jump into this again for a short. It's not my
Yeah,
trade.
this QBTS is the real deal here, man. So here's how Andrew does this a lot, right? He'll trade the VIA breakout based on the momentum he sees, right? Like he'll get in below
Yeah.
us. This is another different way to trade the VWAP breakout. Andrew does this a lot. He can read the price action very nice. He'll get in, and this is usually when you get your best entry.
Yeah.
If you wait for what I do on the pullback, sometimes you get a good entry. Like here, you add it, you get a good entry sometimes, but sometimes you don't get it. You don't get the pullback, right? And it just goes. And this one here is Andrew saying hello, and then
Yeah.
add it, partial, partial.
There you go.
Just a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Great. Two great moves here. So I got to give him credit.
Yeah.
Neither you or I were trading these.
Let's see if he
And,
switched
but
to the
he,
Tesla trade. I want to see the Tesla trade he took. Let's see if he could switch over. Oh, there's Tesla. All right, so here gave us a tough time. Really did. But then here's
yeah.
the winning one. Another one too. VWAP breakout. Partial added. Partial still in it. That's beautiful. That is nice, nice, nice. Um, Yeah, awesome. Friends, you want to see Andrew trade live, head over to bearbertraders.com. You can join the chat room. We have a special deal for you guys. $19 gets you in for a week. You can see what it's all about in the chat. See Andrew trade live, Brian, and other moderators throughout the entire day. We're on until 4, right? And during this time too, we cover some earnings as well, even after hours, and the big ones at least. All right, I'm still long Tesla. I'm waiting for something to happen here. My entry is not the greatest, but we're trying to get going. Friends, as far as tradingterminal.com, again, we'll put it out there, but I'm just answering the question. Yes, it is $99 for everything. I know it's hard to believe. I guess that's what people keep asking. But yes, it is $99 for everything. Atlas, funded account, scanners, all of this, $99 a month. Replay, your Atlas feature here, all for 99 a month. It's not gonna
and
stay there.
and the stuff
So
and the stuff that's coming, right? Like
well,
they've got new features coming. Mike was telling us
right.
the other day the journaling tool is coming
Yeah.
online, so there's that too.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of, they keep adding to it. So
Yeah. They sure do. And again, you get grandfather in. So what I tell people is go in there, pay the $99 a month, see if you like it. If you like it and you see something, okay, there's something I'm gonna want to have, get in, get grandfather in. If the price goes up, Andrew's gonna honor the price that you were in at, right? If you don't cancel your membership. Some people got stuck at $59 a month ago. You ain't, that is amazing, right? So
yeah, that was the beta price.
yeah, so early
Uh,
adapters get they get the benefits. So check it out.
yep.
It's a great tool, man. I'm happy with it. All right, Tesla. I want to be happy with you though, Tesla. Come on, let's get up there. So I'm in both accounts. I'm in my funded account. I'm trying to get going. I got in here, and I added here. I want at least 427. Um, and hopefully I want to recoup the losses for today because we were well over. We were like 6,100. So I want to recoup some of the losses if we can in the funded account. Um, and see where we end up in 90 days. All right, here's Tesla pushing higher. Come on. Let's do it. Let's break. Trading account is active now, but I can't reset funded account. Yeah, the reset was only for a certain period of time. We're getting some of the bugs taken care of. So the reset is you should be able to reset at a price though, right? Because that was only the free reset was only at a certain time. So I'm not sure when that switch is flipping over, or did it flip over already? I'm not sure. But let's see here. Tesla's giving me a hard time. My goodness. It's making me work today, Peter. It is putting us to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. Okay.
Giannis Michaels, is he trading real
I
money? Who's trading real money? Andrew?
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Real hard, big money. Scares me. It's not even my
Yeah.
account. It scares me when I see some of the positions. Like, oh. But he's an expert at this. All right, so here we are. So here now my IB
So
account. Go ahead, Peter.
just 2 minutes ago I took AMD short, my little sort of mountain passy type trade here. 234.
Oh,
is
nice.
my entry, and I'm hoping I need $1,
Nice.
so I need $1. Come on, give me $1. Stop at break even now. So
Funded accounts available for non-US members too? Yes, I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong, support team, but I believe that is available to everyone.
oh yeah, I believe
Yeah,
so.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
it's a simulator account, so you're not actually trading the market, so
Yeah.
you don't need. There you go. Partial on AMD. We just got the
Nice,
dollar.
Peter. Nice, nice, nice.
EWAP next stop, hopefully.
Tesla is just talk about testing my patience. My calmness is just up and down, up and down. Can you just break? Wow.
I hear you.
There's like a good move between VWAP to about 424. That's the move that Andrew got. Outside of that, this thing has been trading pretty difficult, I gotta say. Did not expect this today out of
I
um
can't. Huh. The Big Short
out
not
of
available to stream.
huh?
It's too bad. I'm looking to see if I could stream The Big Short. I like that movie. I thought it was time to maybe watch it again. Just watch the highlights again, but
Okay.
it's not available on any service that I'm paying for.
Mm. How many servers are you paying for? Four? Five?
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right. I think it's the average in a family uh household.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
I've got Netflix, Apple, Prime, Disney, and Crave, so 5, yeah. Crave is a Canadian thing, but there's a lot
Yeah,
of good stuff on it.
I figure when you said that it was Canadian network.
A lot of good stuff on it, though. I gotta say, they probably watch it
Yeah.
more than any of the others.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, they just have they just have a lot of stuff.
Very good, very good. I use websites, TSAN. uh Back in my days, Napster and all these other streaming services were the
Napster.
thing.
Whoa, now you're going
Napster, you
back.
guys remember that?
Oh yeah,
It
you
would
bet.
take an hour to download one track, a 56K modem or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
it's
kids will never
back
know.
in back in the day. Yeah.
LimeWire, yes, LimeWire, man, absolutely. Yeah, BitTorrent for movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I used LimeWire
Look at
for
you guys, oh, pirating movies, you illegals over there, breaking the law. You know, it's like a $250,000 fine to pirate one of these movies. It's crazy.
mm.
They don't catch and enforce it, but you know, if you somebody wants to make an example, it's like 250K to break that law. So that's what VPNs are for. uh, but you know what? Your telecommunications company kind of protects you a little bit, protects your privacy, right? Because I remember, I know from a friend, not me personally. I didn't have the time to do that, but I had a friend who bought a he bought this CD, you know, the one you put one CD and then you can copy all of them. Right? So he was downloading a lot of movies. So I think it was either, don't quote me, Verizon or something, sent him a letter saying, "Hey, listen, we're getting a lot of downloads of illegal movies." That's not the word they use, but basically warning him, "You need to stop." And I was like, "Wow." So they know, right? They know what the stuff you're downloading. So he got a letter saying, I guess they could tell if it's like a lot of them in a big pattern, they'll flag you. So they'll send you a letter and they say, stop it. We're going to continue pushing forward. That scared the crap out of
Right.
him.
Oh wow.
He stopped downloading and selling. He was going to the barbershop to sell them, you know.
U.S. debt has hit $38 trillion.
Sounds like a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. That is a lot. That is $327,000 per taxpayer.
It's crazy. How do you ever pay that down? I mean,
I know. I
it's
thought. See what? Where was? I thought Doge was going to be making a dent into that.
it's no way, man. It's no way.
Uh,
Can
Doge
it
sort of
just
disappeared, didn't it?
can you just reset it? I mean, we could do that with a funded account. You can reset and pay a fee and reset it. Can it just do that? I mean, if we could pull
I
that
think
off, can
I
we just
think the
reset it?
people that yeah, I think the nations that hold the debt might have a problem with that.
It's just yeah, you're not getting paid. You want to go to war?
Yeah,
You're not getting paid.
yeah. Well, I mean,
uh,
that would be. You could try.
yeah,
You could try. I
that'll
mean,
be yeah,
hey, don't
yeah.
careful about joking about that because President Trump might consider it. I mean, he's declared bankruptcy personally, so
Oh,
several times.
Chris, why you got to bring that up, Chris? Oh man, why you got to bring that up? Though you're my friend. Uh, all right, let's see. Uh,
What did Chris say?
Chris said that wasn't that the point of Fight Club, and I haven't seen Fight Club, so I know he's tempting me to ask if I watched it. And I haven't watched it, but I will.
Wasn't that the point of fight?
It's,
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
you
So you
know,
keep promising.
I know, I know, I know,
You know,
I
I
know.
came. Look at this. It's about this is what a day. AMD was pennies away from hitting my stop out.
Yep.
I mean, look at where the high price hit just a few minutes ago. 233.99.99 cents. And now it's down at VWAP. Like that's anyways. What is going on today? All right, I'm gonna take a partial here just in case it bounces off of this level and doesn't come back because it is a little erratic today.
Look at what are we? Look at Tesla. The last 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It is just. I mean, can this be more choppy or what?
Yeah.
I mean, wow. All right, we did a new high. All right, so that's a new high there. There's just
SMCI did
all
finally did
direction.
actually drop VWAP and it's going lower. So whoever called it out, if you took it, you would have been good. I said I wasn't my trade, so I didn't take it, but
Which
you
one?
were right on the call. SMCI.
SMCI.
I tried to go short below VWAP again, got stopped out the first time, and then it did that slow rolling move higher and then back down
Mm-hmm.
below VWAP now. So
Yeah,
that's
this
the
is
move I was actually
actually,
looking for.
yeah,
But
that's a great move, man. Wow. And that's a beautiful view at breakdown. Right here's the drop, the pullback. That's the confirmation candle. Hopefully you guys took that thing. Hopefully you did. You look at the 5 minute on Tesla, it makes you want to get out of this trade. If you just look at just the constant selling pressure. I mean, we're making slightly new highs here, especially between here, here, and now here. But this constant selling pressure, I mean, so preventing us from breaking higher. Yeah, I think eventually the buyers are going to give out. Could get out here for a very small green trade, break even almost.
there we go. Come on, Tesla.
Yeah, see, it's just the pressure's too much. Now we've been down here already a couple of times.
AMD at VWAP, so it did get there,
Okay.
but I already took my partial, so debating whether to take more off here.
Mm-hmm. Rigetti's creeping up. Let's see, Rigetti. Yeah, same thing. A little choppiness here now, trying to push higher. I know Andrews. I'm not sure if he's still in QBTS, but he had a monster trend QBTS from the break here. He might be all out of it now. I'm not sure. Um, yeah,
Probably. I don't
nice,
know.
nice trade.
I don't know for sure, but
Apple sideways, Tesla sideways, Amazon failed, drop back down. AMD. Did you get your fill on AMD, Peter? Right?
I did. I filled it a little early. I didn't wait for the 232 that I was originally looking for, but that's
Yeah.
because the VWAP moved higher on
Oh,
me. So
you might get
so
another
that's
drop
okay.
here now. You might get another drop
I'm
here.
hoping.
Let's
I should
see.
have. I was looking at Tesla short, but I didn't want to trade against you, Carlos. So
No, I'm getting ready to get out, man. I go short. I'm ready to bail on this thing.
no, it's too late for me now. The risk to reward isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
So, but I was struggling
It's
enough with AMD. I thought, do I want to get into another one that's just acting weird?
yeah, yep,
And
yep. Like, does it hit my stop? It doesn't hit my first partial. Like, do something. uh, there it is. Back up into this range again on Tesla. We
yeah,
had a
not
question
not.
earlier. Someone commented on BYD, right? And they mentioned that they held from yesterday, right? Long. And I mean, these stocks, man, when they shoot up like this from like basically zero, they're basically meme stocks, and the majority of meme stocks end up selling off. Once in a while, you get like a second day play, and it's not a meme stock. They actually did have news, but once in a while you might get a second day play. But man, holding through these big pops when something's up, I think somebody mentioned the last 2 days like 600%. Gotta be so careful because there are people stuck that I'm sure gonna be taking partials just to get out of it. Um, Look at that, went all the way up to 9, then came back down to 6, and we shorted this yesterday. It was a beautiful short. Andrew went long here, made out nicely, and then we shorted it all the way down to no, not $2. Oh, the short was here. No, it was not $2. It was right here. We shorted it to about 5, yeah, 580 or so. Yesterday. No, that's not it. Oh no, yes, is it? Yeah, right here. Oh no, I was looking at the right thing. Yep, right here. So about 5, and then today's down at 2. I mean, madness, madness, madness. So gotta be careful. Turning a day trade into a swing trade is brutal, and you gotta have a plan. You gotta stop out. You gotta have a plan. If you don't have a plan, I can't tell you how many times I said, "Oh, let me come back the next day, see if I could come back to break even." Wake up to a disastrous, gap down. Disastrous, like losing 3 times more than what I could have lost if I would have just closed it out the day before. So, not having a plan. That was all me, not having a plan and trying to swing for the fences, and the strategy of hoping and wishing. Hoping and wishing is not a strategy, so it doesn't work.
It is not.
So get out, take the hit, bite the bullet, um, and call it a day. And then what happens tomorrow doesn't even matter, right? Because in some cases you're gonna come tomorrow and it's going, oh my God, look at this, it went up $10. I was at 5, right? Doesn't matter. Once you don't follow your plan, you build that habit, you're gonna crash and burn eventually. So just don't do it. Don't do it. Oh yeah. When hope does the work. Oh yeah, no, you don't. Yeah, once you start hoping and wishing, you could be in trouble. I mean, I'm hoping Tesla goes up right now, but I have my stop loss plan, right? I have my stop loss plan. I have my target plan. So hope within a plan is okay, but the plan shouldn't be hope. Does that make sense?
Mm.
All right. Tesla still looks bullish. I'm looking at uh, Andrew has Atlas up, and I'm looking at it too. It looks bullish, man, but it just has such a hard time getting through this wall. Let me show you guys. TradingTerminal.com. You can go to Atlas, and you can see the wall that I'm about to show you, right? So here's I'm also in this here, trying to break, but man, it's just struggling. So head over to TradingTerminal.com. We can click on Atlas here, and we'll look at in Tesla. You're gonna see this just wall just can't break out of, right? Um, let's see. This actually will start building up. This area here is just having a really tough time. All right, we're trying it again. We're trying it one more time. It does look more bullish to me than bearish, right? It's a lot more on here than to the downside. So let's see if we could break this 426.20 is the high. Peter, are you still in AMD? How's that going?
Yeah, it's still hanging in there. It's not didn't get below VWAP, so he might come and stop me out. So just hanging in
Okay.
here. I'll admit I'm just waiting for another opportunity. I want to see what Tesla's going to do here. See, but
This is the
unfortunately,
longest trade that I think been in waiting for something. It's one of them at least.
mm.
How do you understand Atlas? Nathan actually has a great video in Thor. Me and Peter, we're fairly new to it, right? But these guys been looking at this for quite some time. So Nathan has a great video explaining it. Uh, the breakdown of on how to use it, what we're looking for. You can also see uh, what's the other bookmap? It's the same thing as bookmap, right? So if you see videos on bookmap on how to read bookmap, it's the same thing, right? Because they've been around a lot longer than Atlas has. So they got a lot more training material. So and there's probably some good ones out there too. So you can look at that and relate it to Atlas as well. It's the same thing. But Nathan has some good videos that he's put out on Atlas. They might be on YouTube actually. They should be on YouTube. I'll ask Nathan. Uh, oh yeah, here it is. All right, friends, just waiting, waiting, waiting. Up and down on Tesla. SMCI really collapsed. I'm looking at that here on the screen. This really took a dive. I mean, it is massive sell-off. Umberto says check PLTR. Let's take a look. PLTR trying to break higher. Yeah, see that trying to break higher here. I don't see a play right now, but came back down. So yeah, didn't hasn't traded all that well either, right? Like it's been very choppy as far as every candle overlapping the previous candle. We got a lot of that going on. very similar to what Tesla has been doing here. It's just again just stuck. I mean, you could tell. Look how beautiful these candles are. I mean, this is great. And then here we just hit a range that we just can't get out of. But um, has not really been trading well lately. All right, what? You know what I need to do? Where is my trade? I should put in some trades on my trading terminal here. All right, so just waiting to see some stuff happen. Tesla's got to break. Come on, Tesla's got to break, guys. We got to get the break on Tesla. This is gonna happen. We got to get the break. So
It's
yeah,
got to
I'm
break,
it's got to
right?
break. I'm sitting red. This could be the trade. I'm sitting in red here on the day. This could be the trade that gets us over nicely, but it's got to give us a nice break here. Um, let's see. Let's see. Friends over on YouTube, if you have not done so already, we appreciate a nice thumbs up over on YouTube. It does help the channel out a ton, guys. I can't stress enough how helpful that is. Um, and yeah, help us out there. We really, really appreciate it.
Indeed, we do.
We have how many likes we have now? We have 285. 285. 286. So yeah, appreciate it, friends. Thank you so much. I have 50 shares on PLTR from the start of the day. You're in good shape. PLTR, right? It's higher now. So if we look at PLTR here, you're up about $3-4 almost. So that's pretty good, man. Pretty good. Kumar, yeah, it really is testing just, like it can really go either way here, but it's really stuck in a range right now, and the volume continues to just get lower and lower overall. You can see the average kind of moving slightly lower here, or at least the peaks. So yeah, it's not looking great. The 5 minute, on the other hand, looks a little more bearish than anything, right? So every time I look at the 5 minute, I'm like, I don't like the situation Tesla's in right now, as far as these 5 minute candles, you know. On the bigger picture, Chris MC, yeah, in the bigger picture, yeah, it has been. I mean, you could see in the daily, they had this beautiful move up here. Here it is, beautiful move up, and then just sideways for the most part. A couple of breakouts up and down, but for the most part, sideways. I mean, this is a great situation for Tesla to be in, given how they were back in March and April. Like their volatility has slowed down a little bit overall. I think their average true range has to be lower than what it was like here. See this? Look at the moves. 200,
Yeah.
400, 200, 300, right? Like how do you invest in this stock?
I
It's
know.
madness. So that's gotta be tough. But yeah, it's
Good morning,
not
everybody.
an AC ticker. Good morning, Andrew. How are you, my friend?
Both of you looking beautiful today.
Oh well, thank you, sir. At least you think so. We have. I'm getting on the members on the Lambos and garbage truck. Cause let me fill you in, Andrew. So yesterday, Dr. V gave out was going to give out an hour mentorship, and all these people started
Nice.
signing up to Lambos and garbage truck members. And I'm like, so what are
Wow.
me and Peter, chopped liver? Like, what's going on?
He was all insulted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. Like if I want to book a private mentorship between Peter and Dr. Vanessa, you know which one I'm choosing.
Well, that's what I said too. I wasn't feeling that offended. Carlos is taking it a little more to heart. Like I know
I'm here
my
every day.
relative prettiness. Like, man, yeah, but Carlos, I like to think I know my relative prettiness, and it's not high on the scale. So
Well, my
I'm good with
indicator is
that.
pretty high here, so I don't know. We'll
I
see.
like I just need one woman in the world to find me attractive, and fortunately, I found her. So that's good.
So, Carlos, can
Peter's,
you put
I'm
the screen in the chat room as well?
yeah, Peter's wife must be on. All right, Peter, we got you.
Oh,
no, no.
well, thank you for your support. So here's the thing that we're going to do for the members of Lamb One Garbage Truck in YouTube for their support is we can give you free funder account every day. Carlos, you can just do a draw for members of Lamb One Garbage Truck, a free funder account in Trading Terminal. Because the funder account is not free anymore, so you can't do the
Yep.
unlimited reset. So now that would be an amazing
That's
learning
awesome.
opportunity. All right, we have Mr. Brian, Peter. So I had a pretty good day, guys, for our friends in YouTube. QBTS, I did two trades on it. The first one I lost for the break of 33. The market atlas was very bullish on that. It came back up just below the VWAP. I added more partial, and then I added more again. So it turned out to be a very nice breakout. We got like a 7-8% out of it. So that was quite profitable for us. Tesla was the same thing. At the open, I shorted that. I got a stopped out. And then we flipped the position long above the VWAP twice. So one time with that trade, and then another one. It was very beautiful breakout towards 426. It did break the 426. Atlas was there, but I just didn't get the chance to actually partial out because it was a quick bounce. But yeah, overall, turned out to be a super profitable day for me. So that's the money that we lost on Tesla, and then the long was pretty good. QBTS was also very profitable, and Rigetti also. I took one trade on Rigetti quickly at the open. I went long and I got a subbed out, and came back up. I went long again and took the profit on this. I know Brian did a really nice short at the open, right at the market open on Tesla.
Yeah,
I personally wait for 1 minute, but you did a quick, really scalp on the short.
yeah, I got a nice short there. Had to cover when it came back up a little bit that I had left. The other good trade I had was this SPY breakout right around 9:45. So I was watching the indexes, so I traded the SPX calls to get a better leverage, better movement, better return on my money. So that was yeah, sometimes these index trades are a little bit cleaner and a good setup. Wow, PLTR is still going up. PLTR is on a bit of a roll today.
Yeah, it is. So is Rigetti.
SPY Qs are at high of day. We may actually go back to yesterday's high, which was around 611, 611 and change.
Yeah, Rigetti went up to 41, huh? Beautiful. Yeah, 42 is some Atlas. Let's let it bounce back.
Tesla could be maybe setting up for a bounce off the VWAP here.
So S&P 500 still hovering near the all-time high. Any question, guys, in the chat room or in in YouTube. QBTS D-Wave.
I've got a question, Andrew. You've got this goal to become an 8-figure trader by the end of the year. What happens then? Party? Celebration? Cash giveaway?
I don't know. Actually,
Thailand.
recently I got, it's a good question. Recently, I'm getting into some sort of mid-age crisis that I don't know what I'm doing to do with what should I do with my life, honestly. It's a good question. I don't know. Money doesn't really excite me anymore. Like 10 million by 12 million doesn't make a difference in your life. I don't know, maybe family, raising
I
a couple
told
of
you,
kids.
I told you already, just we need to jump out of a spaceship together, just like that bomb hour guy did.
Space shoot and jump. That's material. Um,
What was it like? 20-second free fall? No, more than that.
wow, QBTS really broke out. So I think that I'm pretty bullish for world economy. Uh, so somebody asked about what happened with the stocks and gold and stuff. I'm pretty bullish. Doesn't mean that it's not gonna make a reverse or pullback. Like you might get 5%, pullback. The only thing that freaks me out in the world economy is one of it is the US national debt, which is really big, like 36 trillion.
Oh, yeah. Just came over $18 trillion. Here, let's see. What is it right now? Sorry, $38 trillion it just hit
Yeah,
in the
so
last.
that eventually blew up somehow. But it might take another 10 years or so. But that's what this administration is trying to do with the deregulation and lower energy costs. So if you grow the GDP faster and bring the ratio of the national debt to GDP like below the 3%, then it's sustainable. Right now it's about 7%. So I mean, you can, like President Trump can't really lower the rate, but what he can do is with deregulation and low energy costs, especially the oil. So they want to push the economy faster, so the GDP grows faster, so you can, top up that one. I mean,
Yeah,
if they can do it or not, that's you
deregulation.
can debate on that. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
deregulation. What could possibly go wrong?
yeah. So I mean, again, we can debate this is the political debate, if it's right or not, or if they can do it or not. But that's the thing. Another thing is the systematic risk. I don't know if there is a systematic risk in crypto market, like it's very similar to financial crisis when over leveraging and these contracts and stuff. So there are a couple of big crypto funds that they blew up, but they didn't impact the whole financial system. I don't know. I mean, I would be surprised if there's not, but it seems that uh, they are very isolated from the rest of the financial system. So if Binance goes down, it doesn't impact the whole banks and everything. So, which is good. But that's a $1 trillion question. Like, what happens in the markets? I mean, nobody knows, and that's the beauty of financial market is that nobody knows. Um,
We know over time it just goes from the lower left to the upper right.
yeah, so a lot of debt of US debt is actually owned by China, so you definitely pay interest rate on that. I think the interest payment on the debt is now almost $1 trillion per year, which is more than the whole Pentagon budget. Um, so yeah, the debt and this printing money to pay the debt is essentially a tax on everybody because it devalues your currency and it brings inflation. Um, but overall, I think I'm pretty hopeful. Like this is something that I found. Like this is the most important thing. This is a mental exercise from quantum. I don't know how many guys you know quantum. The quantum theory says that you can have parallel universes, but you're observing this one. It's like a Schrodinger famous Schrodinger cat question that when you put a cat into the box with the radioactive material and close the box, is the cat dead or alive? The answer to that is that based on quantum theory, both universes at the same time exist. You just have to open it and observe it. So the cat is both dead and alive. It's a mental exercise. You have to think about it. And now here's another one, is that there are some universes that I might have been dead on Everest. So there are parallel universes, but I'm observing this one. That means that you're always observing the one that you survive. It's called quantum immortality. So you never die. Now think about it. Look it up, quantum immortality. It's Wikipedia for that. So um, that's a good one. So means that don't worry about it. Even if the world blows up, you always observe the ones that is nice and going forward. Yeah, the answer to that is yeah, and you want to live forever. This one came up with Lex Friedman podcast with Pavel Durov, CEO of Telegram. Pavel Durov is a genius of mathematics, and he was talking about this. And so, oh, okay, that's a good point. We're never gonna die. Moment of silence. Yeah.
Moment of silence, yeah.
All right. So, any question, guys, about trading? Let's get back into character. Is there any question? So, somebody asked, how do you read Market Atlas? So, Brian, you've been using Market Atlas. Can you explain how do you use Market Atlas for trading? What happened, Brian?
Theories will often grab there's side. Um, Market Atlas gives you a
Yeah, I
view
Hey,
think
Brian, you're coming in
the order.
very choppy.
yeah,
Try
we
to
can't hear you.
reconnecting. Yeah, Brian, try reconnecting because you're coming in very choppy. Not usually like you. So just try resetting it. Make sure we get a fresh connection. Because I hear Peter good. And Peter, do you hear me fine?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, so we just need to just refresh Brian's connection, and we should be good to
Can you hear
go.
me?
Okay, let's try now.
Okay, let me connect.
Oh yeah, no, still
Actually, I'm
very
having
choppy.
right my yeah, I don't know, but I'm having with my internet.
Yeah, even your video is like freezing up a little bit, so I'm not sure what's causing it.
Any
Brian was a good man.
sound any better now or
Let's see. It looks. Yeah, talk. It's when you talk. It looks like it's better.
is it still pretty choppy?
Yeah, it is. Even your feed keeps chopping up. Peter, are you seeing the same thing as well, or is it just me? Is it
No, seeing the same.
okay? All right, yeah, Brian, so it's on your end. Um,
How's that connected now?
yeah,
Any
not.
better?
No, it's still choppy. Um,
Toggle?
yeah, it's weird. Even with the video, it's choppy today, which is normally our connection to you is pretty good. So it's weird.
enter my audio? Thanks. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'm in the parallel universe right now.
I think it fixed now. Hold on. Say something. Yeah, it looks like it's better, Brian, now.
Can
Even
you
the
hear
video
me
looks
now?
smoother. Yeah, that's good. Whatever you did, much better. Even the video looks nice and sharp now.
Okay,
So,
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think I had a little glitch with my internet because I lost connection for a minute.
okay. So, yes, that's good. It looks
So
like it's stable now. Quality is good.
good. Anyway, with regard to yeah, Market Atlas, basically it's a pictorial representation of level two, and the importance of level two is to know where large buying orders are, and where there's maybe large selling orders, depending on, can give an indication whether a stock's bearish or bullish. And it's a little counterintuitive because if you see a lot of, like, for example, with Tesla, there's a lot of orders right now to the upside. There's some big orders at 423.50, 424. There's a very large order. And you would think that that might be, would be an area where there'd be some resistance there. But quite often, price gravitates to these large orders wherever there are, whether they're below the price or above. So, like I said, Market Atlas really gives you a picture of where all those orders are, versus looking at the level two, trying to go down a column of numbers and trying to figure out where various orders are sitting. Um, you can just see it by looking up at the screen. There you go. We just went through a large order at 423.50, and now we're probably going to go fill this large order at 424. So why is it gravitating there? It's because people are expecting the price to go there, so they're putting their orders there and waiting for the price to come up to those orders to fill them.
Hmm.
That's a good question. Why do large orders become a magnet? I'm not sure if it's just, if, as Andrew said, it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If people see those orders there, they know the price is going to go there, because quite often a price will go to a large order, fill it, and then drop back a little bit. Sometimes that'll happen. But a lot of these large orders are, they're probably, institutional orders, market makers put orders there.
So Nicola is asking a question that, so Nicola, we're gonna launch the journaling for trading terminal for the funded accounts. So all the people in the funded account, they have access to their stats in the journal. It's launched today or tomorrow. I think it will be visible. We already launched it. We can see it. We're seeing it in the back end. So by tomorrow, you're gonna see everybody's in the funded account automatically. Your order is gonna go to the journal, and then you see all the stats relevant to your trading. So Fadin is asking, do you have any video that completely introduced trading terminal? So trading terminal is really self-explanatory. So we don't really need much of a video for it. We do have in our library to how to use that. But you buy an iPhone, it doesn't come with the video and stuff. So they make it like really, so easy, self-explanatory. And if there's any question, always how things works, we can email our support. But for the tools that we have, like a scanner and market atlas, so we have educational material in the library, education center that we have. So yeah, Tyler, the journaling tool backtracks all the funded accounts that are active in the last one that you had. And from now on, automatically, and you don't have to do anything. It's just automatically gets your trade over there every 5 minutes and upload it that. And yes, so the next phase of our journal would be to connect it to IBKR, Charles Schwab, Robinhood, other big brokers that people are using.
Yeah, maybe they're moving the prices there to generate commissions. What moved the market higher? Well, there was some. I think part of it was the sort of things that came out of the White House this morning about investing in quantum. That could have boosted a bit of the technology sector.
Wow, Rigetti is still going.
What's
Oh.
Yeah, AMD has been moving up today, but it's really choppy. It's really stuck in a range right now, sort of between a pivot level R3 and VWAP, and that range is pretty narrow. So it had a nice move for the first half hour, but then just kind of tapered off there. Stock that's been continually moving up here is PLTR, sort of just grinding higher. Yeah, basically we're kind of we're stuck in a bit of a range here on the indexes.
Oh, lovely.
If you
Oh, amazing,
yeah,
amazing trade with Paris. Got us go full the screen. Amazing trade with Paris on Rigetti. So very nice squeeze just below the VBAP with the ads. Really good. I'm glad somebody actually get a really nice trade on this. All right. Any question, guys,
yeah, if
before
you
we really move on to our next trader tour? Is there any question, guys, from YouTube? So somebody's asking about, are you worried about the NASDAQ 24 hours trading? Well, we don't know exactly what's the detail of that. I think the market still needs an open and closing time because, they price all the options market based on that. It might be if the extension of the market is very similar to pre-market and post-market, I don't think it would impact the liquidity and volatility that much. You still have a lot of things going on in and out. And I think the pre-market starts at 4 a.m. and the post-market ends at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if that extension is only similar to that you can only add liquidity to the market, I don't think it's going to impact the market that much.
I agree with you, Andrew, on this one. Actually, I think it's going to kind of be similar to futures. Futures right now are open 23/6 basically, but the volume after hours, especially for the index futures, is lousy, right? They work best when the market's open. So their market will still maintain an open one way or the other.
There you go.
yeah.
That's very good. I appreciate that.
No, they
Yeah.
have those ghost periods now, Andrew. They talk about these volume spikes that just come in from time periods that don't even exist anymore, but they just say it's still in the market somewhere, like it's in the quants. So it'll happen.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, we'll see. We'll adapt, but I don't think personally the day trading would be impacted. And yeah, the futures market, as you said, they're open, but still a lot of open traders are trading futures.
And with tools like Atlas, boss, I mean, and being able to see like directional intention and stuff like that, I mean, do we really even need to worry about that? You know what I mean? We're just going to trade the price action anyway, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll adapt on that. And by the way, Market Atlas, we're going to add the futures as well in there as well. So,
So ready, so happy.
all right. So, having
Yeah.
said that, we're going to hand it over to Thor. Thor is also having the mentorship session in the afternoon, in the evening at 8 p.m. Eastern time for all elite BBT elite members. So, he's been doing it like 5 years and never missed one Thursday. So,
Yeah, like I only like maybe a
Perfect.
couple, but I was dying when it happened. It was horrible.
awesome. Perfect, guys. So
Working
thank you
hard.
so much and see you guys tomorrow.
Yep. Cheers,
See you
everybody.
tomorrow. Cheers, everybody. Man, it would have been super awkward if I would have been
You're,
like, "Oh yeah, by the way, tonight's is canceled," right? After all of that. But no, it's gonna be there. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be fun.
you're working hard,
How was
Thor.
your trading today, boss?
No, it was good. Got a short at the open on Tesla and got that nice little breakout on the SPY. So overall, not a bad
Beautiful.
day. Yeah. All right, man. We'll leave it to you.
Love it, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. Great chatting. So I had a really nice hit on NQ already, which I got profit on, and I wanted to show you guys the trade that I have on right now. So I'm just holding this ES trade right now, and I actually had a really good move on it. And I think I want to show you guys, I think I might have actually done a trend line right for the first time in my life. I feel good about what I marked out. So we'll see. The verdict's out. I felt that way yesterday, and I was wrong. So we'll see what happens. But look at today. Look how we're swooping down here. I think it's really solid. So I don't know. What do you guys think? You think I'm in the right spot here? So I'm still holding this short because I've got an R3 lower wider range, and I've got the down sloping 4-hour trend that Dr. V likes to use, and they're saying I'm okay to hold this one, right? So I'm gonna keep doing this. What do you think? No, Dr. V today. She's only on Wednesdays. I wish she was here every day. It would be, or like except on Mondays and Fridays, because that's when Nathan's here. But like if we could get her Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I think I'd be pretty happy. But look at the selling off of this stinking line, man. So if this goes back through, I mean, probably a solid chance I'm gonna get a stop run here. But I'm already over gold today. I also bought gold last night off of monthly R4. So I made about $3,000 on gold last night. And then today so today, and I already got a bit of a dump on NQ that I managed to I can show you that. NQ came up into the level, and I got short, and then I covered this one for a little profit, and then reshorted, and then covered that when it came back through. So between the two of those, I made about $1,500. So I'm up really nice on the day, but I really liked how ES in particular was acting today. And since I was already up over, really kind of over goal for the day, this is why I kind of decided to let ES try and run. And maybe I should have clipped ES at the, get out of my way, every time I try and go up and touch the top of my chart here, this little Zoom presenter thing drops down. So you can kind of see where I'm at on, oh wait, hold on, ES. There we go. You can kind of see where I'm at. So I was up about another, I think I was up about another like $2,000 right here. So, so I almost got to I was going to take one contract off here and then swing the rest for S3. So, but we'll see what happens. I mean, it's still good, but even if I take a full stop on this, I still have an insanely profitable day. So I'm just going to let this one run, and we're going to see what happens, right? We can't control the outcome. Enzo profit targets, actually. I was risking $200, and then it was going over 4 to 1. And then when it came back through 4 to 1, I was cutting it. right? So because also I liked ES's position. ES is a very ideal trade for me. In Q, not so much. Like this is a pretty loser. Like if this one doesn't work for me, I feel pretty good about this. I mean, I the reversal here off the top was great. I really did not think we were going to come this far back up. I really did not see us reoffering the trend all the way back at R3 again. Like that actually kind of blew me away. And look at how weak the volume was. Even the buy candles are all being stuffed. This is an insanely weak reoffering, but it's still doing it. So it kind of it has surprised me a little bit, to be honest. Right. But that's okay. I mean, I can't control what happens, right? No, I think there's good cam plays. I think Microsoft had an S3 buy today, I think. Higher, wider range. I didn't call because it opened too high, but that one kind of worked. We had a beautiful trending breakdown on NVIDIA yesterday. Right now we're right near R3 right now. Lower, wider range. NVIDIA's ready for a short right now, maybe. The only problem with NVIDIA is our order book's too bullish. Right? So we're just not selling yet. But we're right here. Like we're ready right now. Right? The problem is look at the volume profile, right? We're still buying. So you need to wait for selling, but this is a good spot. I actually really like this spot. It's kind of fun. Let's look at Tesla. Oh, wow. I had a feeling Tesla was going to be a buy today with the big dip. Tesla is a buy. I would not short Tesla. Tesla's, let me look at Tesla's order book. Hmm. I mean, it's pretty bullish. So yeah, I'd say Tesla's still a buy. And ATR high is right at 431, but we could deviate and close back to the CP. I think that could be Tesla if that starts to happen. Right now, the reason I was kind of like, is because it looks like they're putting all the buys on the bid. So it looks like they're going to drop to 427. Oh, there we go. All right. Now let's see what they do. Now let's see if they make the run up to 420. See, I could totally see that they're about to drop. I knew they weren't going to go up, but I just wasn't sure. See, exactly. So hold on. Let me see if I can show you guys. I took some screenshots last night, actually. Let me show you guys this. This is really cool. I was showing this to the people in Peak Capital yesterday, and they were all just like, oh my God. It was pretty fun. Look at this thing following the trend down, man. It's wild. Someone said AMD. And then let me get these slides. All right, check this out. All right, so I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about here, but notice, can you see right here? See where all the orders are being placed? You can see how the ask, I've never seen this is hands down like something that makes trading terminal or not trading terminal like the thing. Like I've never seen an order book that shows this better. Like, you know, referencing Bookmap, for instance, this is hands down separates Atlas from Bookmap in a major way. So you can actually see here, look how all the orders are being put on the bid. See how the ask is being left to the top side? This is very weak order flow, right? The specialist is taking all of the orders and that are all clustering and putting them on the bid, and there's a large order underneath, right? That's classic, right? So, I mean, it's just beautiful. Here's another example. Look at this here. This was on INTC. Look at all these buy orders, but look where they're putting the buy orders. You see it? Give me a number one if you see it. If you need me to say it again, give me a number two. So we got kind of a blend. I like it. All right. So let me talk a little bit about this. Right? When we're looking for directional concept, right? So the thing that makes Atlas such an amazing tool is Atlas is a level 2 and a tape, right? Smashed together, right? What it shows you where the best is and where the best bid is, right? And it shows you what kind of orders are coming through. So every one of these bubbles, right, is a market order, right? Every single one of these orders is a market order. So when we send market orders to the specialists, and I'm going to kind of elaborate a little bit here, right? Specialists move the price not by buying and selling per se. They move the price by manipulating the float. I use the default settings in Atlas by manipulating the float. Does anyone in here not know what the float is? Give me a number 2 if you don't know what the float is. When I'm talking float, I don't want to explain the whole float thing if you don't know what the float is, or if you know what the float is. Okay, so I think we're okay. So basically when we're talking about the float, we're talking about the number of shares that are outstanding in the market, right? So anything that's not in someone's portfolio. Now, who has the ability out there to hold shares but not account for them in a portfolio? Specialists, right? Market makers. That is their account classification. So the way they move the price is they move the price by manipulating the float, right? By if people start to sell and as they sell, the market maker buys, that increases, it lowers supply in the market and it increases demand. So the price goes up, right? Right? If people start to buy and as they're buying, the market maker sells the float into them or distributes, the price won't go up, right? So the market maker can utilize the float to manipulate broader supply and demand, right, across the board. So one of the easiest ways to tell really which direction you're going to go through is by watching either a tape or in this instance, watching the way the specialist is allocating orders when they're coming in. So in this instance, right? So let's say we want to go down, which this does. If the specialist wants to go down, anytime somebody sells, they're going to put the orders down the book. Anytime someone buys, they are going to absorb them and stop the price from going up, and they're going to place them on the bid. Right? So look what's happening here. Anytime someone sells, the order is being put on the bid. Anytime somebody buys, the order is being put on the bid. Right? This red line up here is the best ask. This is your best seller on limit. right? So all of the orders that are coming in on market, the specialist is choosing to put those on the bid, and they're doing that on top of a very large block of orders, right? This is by one of the easiest ways to be able to tell directional potential, right? So let me pull that slide up I had before, and I'll show you it again. It was this one. This was Tesla. See it? Before I start drawing, I want to give you a second just to look at it. See what I'm saying? Look at all the orders. Whether they're sells or buys, they're almost all being applied to the bid. Giant sell. That was it. It was interesting because it came from high. And then all the buys again, and then boom, drop, hit the order. It's fun. Let's do it in real time. You want to do it real time? Let's do it real time. Let's teach you all how to read order flow real time. Are we ready? Which way do you think it's going to go? Right now, it's coming down to this bid right here, right? We're fulfilled this bid. We have 2 bids to the downside, but look at all the incentive to the top side right now. So, but what do we need to go up? We need buys being put on the ask. Are we putting buys on the ask? I don't know. It looks like right now it's pretty even, but the sells are being put on the bids. So it looks like we're selling right now. Let's see if I can get closer. Let me make this bigger. We'll just focus on this more. See right now, see how there we go. There's buys being put on the ask. Right, so now they're starting to put buys up on the ask. So this is kind of when you're looking to start buying, that's more of what you're looking for. They're actually, you can see there, look at how the orders are being peppered up and down the book. This is what you're dealing with when you're trading, right? There's a bunch of sells being put on the bid, and there's a big order underneath us right now. So you can see a lot being put on the bid. So right now it looks pretty even, right? Oh, that boom. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Hold on, let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. So now if you go here, now you can see we have a pretty good cluster here, but you can see the best potentials to our top side. There we go. Look at that. Here we go. Right? So what we're doing is we're using the order book to see intention, right? Like right now we've got bullish intention, right? We have more orders to the top side and a better ladder. There's a bid that just came in. So they're going to come, look at them hitting this bid with sells, right? So they will not leave this bid, very likely. They'll come down and hit this bid and then probably go, there we go. Oh, look, they stepped up. Interesting. That person wanted to get filled. Did you see how they pulled their order up and got filled? That was a manual decision. Someone decided to exit that. They took that. The algorithm dropped really hard because it wasn't expecting that. So that was actually a reaction. Now the algorithm's rebalancing. Boom, boom, buying, 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 buying. All right, let's go. Doink. Look, order void here between 429. Bid. See how the order came in? They wanted to get filled on that. This is a buyer, right? So they're stepping up to buy, right? They want to buy, and they want to buy on limit, right? They don't want to buy on market. So this could be a short seller. This could just be a buyer, but they want to get filled. So when it got away, they pulled their order up and it ran away from it. It doesn't want it yet. Now it wants it. Boom, boom. Look at the, see what I mean? How it eats up and down these orders. So when you're talking about price action and you're only reading tape, it makes it, this is something I'm going to kind of use to tie in why tape reading alone can be very difficult, right? Because tape reading will let you know kind of if it's lifting or not lifting. It's like watching the dots, but without the incentive of looking at a book, tape reading can be very difficult, right? Because you have buying, but what's that mean, right? But if you have incentive, well, you have buying towards orders. That makes a lot of sense, right? So let's do a different ticker. Maybe we do AMD. All right, so right now, these are buys being put on the ask and the bid. So this actually seems fairly balanced as far as their price action is going. So I can already kind of just say we're probably not in a transition. But for me, our bid is to the downside, looks significantly better than our ask to the top side, at least at this level, right? So for me on the shorter term, I would expect to likely end up at 232, not end up at 233, right? So, as we zoom out a little bit, I think that kind of reinforces that idea. So now having large orders to the downside means that there's a lot of interested buyers at this level. That doesn't mean we have interested sellers at the level we're at. And that's an important thing to keep in mind, right? A desire to buy, which that's what that is. It's bearish intention, right? It's desire to buy lower does not mean, you know what I mean, that we are going to go lower. In order to go lower, we need to have selling. And that's what we're generically waiting for, right? If you're going to get short right now, for instance, you could easily, using the book to short, your stop could be above 232.90. And as soon as you see red dots start hitting the bid in high quantity, you could short and then run the price towards 232 if you're looking to scalp, right? So, but right now we also do have some orders to the top side, but when they buy, they don't move towards them. So I really don't think they're going to go up through here, at least right now. It doesn't look like that's their intention. For me, I would say we've got largest orders, best structure to the downside, and they're letting the sells hit the bid, and they're not really letting the buys raise the price, even though the order book's not that thick. So they certainly could. So I feel like the market maker's just distributing right now, just allowing, like, these are all retailers probably taking positions. You're talking about, you're only talking about 300 shares. You know what I mean? 100 shares, 100 shares, 450. I mean, it's not much. So they're just distributing into those. See how they're getting, look at that one right there. See how it got filled in the middle? That's literally getting filled in the spread. Right? The buys aren't even getting put on the ask right now. There they were getting put on the ask. So, I don't know. It looks kind of indecisive, but the order book looks bearish. Let's see another one. NVIDIA looks bullish. AMD's in a lovely selling range right now. How's my ES position doing since I haven't looked? Oh, good. One of the advantages to trading with y'all is I don't have to watch my positions. So it looks like we're kind of we started to sell a little bit again. So you're saying there's a chance. Look at this trend working. I'm so happy. I want to drop one contract at the CP. I almost made it before. I want to drop one contract at the CP, and then I want to go for S3 if it breaks trend, the uptrend. I think I go for S3. If it doesn't, if it bounces off the uptrend and comes back through the CP in the open, maybe I get out. But we'll see what happens. It's being kind of a pain in the butt. It really just hasn't let go yet. With the housing numbers coming out, like I thought they came out a little weak sauce. So I was kind of surprised we didn't get like a more aggressive thing. This isn't a partial. This is just a limit order, Gonzalo. I just put on a separate limit order for just one contract. Then once it gets filled, I'll have to go up here and modify the order that I have on. Unfortunately, I don't have an automated for that yet. Working on it. So anyway, let's look at another book. Look at all those shares at 183 on Nvidia. That's a lot of selling. 140 grand. So I would agree on the consolidation to go higher, Corey. The thing that's interesting is just where they're putting the buys. Right now, all the buys are being put on the bid. So they're not really, it doesn't really seem like they're accumulating right now. Like they're leaving that, see how they're leaving the ask to the top side? Like when you're buying, you normally buy the ask if it's buying aggressively. Right now, whatever buying is happening is extremely passive and weak. You see, NVIDIA is kind of showing it really well, like on that other screenshot I took. You can kind of see how the ask is leaving top side a lot. Right now, the ask and the bid are the same price. That's why you can only see the bid. The bid takes precedent. And right now, they're actually buying under the bid right now, like below the bid. There we go. Now we're dropping the ask to the bid. So I don't know. This doesn't look particularly strong to me. But I guess it doesn't really look weak either, huh? Like it's just like the order book itself is relatively strong though. So I could definitely see NVIDIA going up. It just the price action doesn't look like that's what they want to do right now. It looks like they're distributing. But maybe they UTAD. You know, maybe they're going to distribute a lot at this level and then UTAD and then come back down. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, look at it go. Let's see if NVIDIA does that. See, NVIDIA is in a perfect selling range right now. If I was I mean, a short here with a stop above high of day, I mean, is almost a no-brainer. 182.50 marks, or short and stick your stop above 182.50 and just run it wide for the whole day and just close it out sometime before the close. You could maybe be by pre-market low by the close. This is a lower, wider range. It's a pretty potent play for me. But so when I'm talking about distribution, Kumar, I'm talking about the specialist, right? So there are large institutional accounts that also accumulate and distribute positions, but when we're talking about market volume in this capacity, we're really talking about the specialists themselves. SPY being not amazing. Man, gold's been fun lately. NVIDIA's book is definitely bullish, Corey. How do I determine where to put my stop loss? This one's a really easy one day, if possible. I'm a range trader. So like for instance on ES, when I got short on ES, which is coming back against me again, my stop's above high of day, right? So like you know what I mean? I'm a range trader, so I don't mind very long holds. I made, you know, I think last Friday, I made enough money on one of these trades to cover, I don't know, 2 or 3 months worth of expenses. You know what I mean? So I'm really just not concerned with whether or not these win or lose. I'm just really, really very adamant that when they win correctly. And when they lose correctly. So, Tesla. ATR high on Tesla. Oh, look at that bid coming in now. That's amazing. I can't believe Tesla has recovered almost that entire freaking sell it did after hours. SMCI is definitely bearish. Yeah, I would not long this. If you're short, I would hold it. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see what it's doing now. Because it actually, oh, yikes. Wow. All right. So that concerns me a little bit. When I said hold it, I hadn't zoomed out a little bit. You may not want to hang on to this one. I'm not saying it's a long, but if you're short in this one, I'm not saying hold on to the short either. That is a lot of orders on SMCI. From 48 to 47.50, that is one of the biggest institutional blocks I have ever seen, especially on SMCI. Like, holy crap. You see all those orders on this thing? Look at that, y'all. Like, wow. That's a lot of orders. Woof. Still bullish. PLTR. I like that the volume's diverging a little bit as it's going up. Its order book's still pretty bullish. See, the thing I'm looking at too is the ladder. Like, it's got a lot better connectivity here. Like down here, it looks a little empty. So it doesn't look like we quite have the buyers on limit to really entice things down. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this continue to 181. It overshot quite a bit. Man, we are NASDAQ and S&P rebound, no doubt. Let's look at NQ. See if I can practice a little bit. So we already broke it on NQ. So if we're coming up here and we come through this pool, well, we never made a new low, but still, if we tried to use it, you can see we're actually above the trend right now on it. So mine is a dev version. So you may see a couple things on mine you're not seeing on yours. I had an error with my other version and I did an update, so I'm testing. So I'll let you, I'll keep you posted when that version gets pushed out. Your version actually is the more stable of the versions right now, FYI. AMD's fun. Let's look at AMD. Like our volume is just not buying at all. I haven't taken an equity trade in a while. I feel like I'm still waiting for some volume, maybe. But I really like this spot. If I shorted here, I could run my stop just above like 234. How's SPY doing? Is it doing the same silly thing it's been doing? Nothing. What time is it? Only 11:30. Maybe it's too early in the day. The market feels just kind of like meh. You know what I mean? But I'm kind of feeling the tension like something's about to happen. Like I kind of feel it right now. Mm-hmm. Boom. Wow. I don't know how I can tell you how long it, like what it took me to get that feeling. I did, could you just, anybody know what it feels like to be in the eye of a hurricane? I actually do, because I live in Florida and I actually have had the eye of a hurricane go over my house before. It was a category 2. So it was pretty wild. It felt like that for a moment. Like in the eye, like there's no birds, there's no sound, there's no rain, there's no wind, there's no pressure, right? The dew point is so low. There's no pressure, right? So it's just like your ears almost pop because there's no pressure, right? It was just this moment we were sitting here and all of a sudden I was just like, you know what I mean? You could just feel like the boom, just the space there, right? Look at I mean, we're doing it. I mean, that was one heck of a sell. It was really weird. You know, you can just kind of feel that moment. Like, I feel like something's about to happen. And then, boom. This feels like distribution to me. This does not feel like accumulation. The reason I say that is because it's anytime we're moving up right now, especially recently, it's been very arduous and hard, you know, fought hard. We go from like this high of day all the way till this low here, and we do that in about 20 minutes. But to get all the way back up near that high, you know, took us well over an hour and 15 minutes. You know what I mean? So in order for us to get up to the sellers, it takes a lot longer than it's taking us for get down to the buyers, which for me generically means we're distributing, right? And if you look at the volume candle, look at the big green candle. What kind of candle is it? For those of you, especially from Peak Capital, we did advanced VPA last night. You know, this big candle is a truncated candle. It's not engulfing. Even though it's a hammer, it's not engulfing. That's important. Anytime you're seeing a strong candle, otherwise, they're always red candles. All the green candles are truncated. So it fits. So we'll keep holding this stupid thing and see, I mean, amazing, awesome thing. I love you, ES. And see if we can get to this target after all. If not, again, we'll graciously accept this loss. Thank the market for the profit it gave us. But speaking of thankful, I had some visitors out my back porch today of my new place, and I have to admit, it kind of made my morning. I don't know if y'all can see this or not. I don't know if you can see it. It's turkeys! So it's Thanksgiving. They're just bringing me food, man. Let's go. Look at this beautiful Tom that was hanging out. So cool. Anyway, I was pretty stoked. It's always like, I love nature. I just love it. So, it's amazing to have like a condo, but to have a condo that's, with that kind of a backyard, it's pretty amazing. Now I'm hungry. All right, people, we're still holding this position. And we're hopeful, we're hopeful. AMD didn't really do anything, which was not super surprising since it's still a little bullish. The gators aren't in this waterway behind us because we actually have people who come and remove them from this waterway. So like they move in, and whenever they move in, we got a phone number we call, and some like get her done dude jumps in there and drags them out by the tail and makes gator bites out of them. Gator done. Gator done. For sure. Hey, if it's fun, I have a couple. If we're ever in Florida and we do another Florida meetup, I have a buddy of mine that works at a farm, like a gator farm, but like they have like airboats, and you can go trapping and fishing and all kinds of stupid Florida man stuff. So if anyone wants to show up and just do some ridiculously stupid Florida stuff. Yeah, Rick. I'm very close to a lot of really great cave diving spots. If my buddy Dwayne was here, he could tell you. Is Miles in here? Dwayne, if you're here, tell him. He used to be an instructor. Crude's got an alert. Oh, wow. The overall session is actually red. That looks interesting. Yeah, business connection. I remember that talk. Did you comment before that? Primacy in the pilot's world? Crude looks like it's going to sell right now. Look at Nvidia started selling. I think that's really, I think, BC, Business Connect, BC. I think AMD just started selling. I told you guys I felt like something like we were there, like we were within a few minutes of stuff starting to happen. Like I don't know. It takes a while to develop what that feel is when you start to get there. You know what I mean? But you can start to get this generalized sense. Oh yeah, there we go. Come on. So Brian KRY, I so agree with you, by the way. Right? There's nothing new here. Right? Like there's some ideas like my ghost candles are something that I kind of came up with. My buying and selling indicator is absolutely something I came up with. Right? But like fair value, right? Fair value, I learned it from reading Dalton. Right. But then I saw ICT start becoming really popular with it. Right. But since you've been around maybe a little bit longer, you'll know that's a Dalton concept. Right. So I'm with you there. So it's like, and I use Camarilla pivots, right? Now my calculation's unique. That's for sure. I definitely don't calculate mine the same way other people do, but I obviously did not develop Camarilla pivots. Google it. They're all over the place. There's like a half a dozen people who have written books using a version of Cam pivots. Right? I just incorporate a heavy amount of volume and book reading in with mine, along with some high, I trade mine very differently. The inside outs, the higher lowers with wide narrow, that stuff is a little beyond most of the other systems. But again, I didn't invent them. You know what I mean? That's why I always get annoyed when anybody tries to take credit in the market. Like we all are standing on the shoulders of giants that, people who have, and if you're paying attention and you really trust what you read in some of this stuff. Yeah. So, Brian, I'm with you. I completely don't have any issue with that whatsoever. I couldn't agree more. Right. So it's like, I think the only thing maybe you give him credit for is making him a little bit more popular and having his own brand of teaching that made it work. But I mean, again, and then Brian, I think you back me up on this one. ICT concepts or any of the fair value stuff by itself is relatively unuseful. Right? If you don't pair that with a higher time frame level or a trend line or a cam pivot or something else, I mean, just call it an ABCD pattern, right? Like who cares, right? It doesn't make any other difference. You know what I mean? So even when it works in the best case scenario, if it's not combined with some other kind of indicator, I mean, they're really, what's the word? False flags. I think, Brian, right? Would be the word, maybe false flags. Like you're just going to constantly see fair value gap, fair value gap, fair value gap, inverse fair value gap, fair value gap, offering, fair value gap, inverse fair value gap. It's like, well, yeah, every time the candle moves, it does that. But it doesn't, right? We had this big move down, this big move down. We've pulled back up. Where did we pull back up to? The halfway point of this candle. Right? So, of course, it works. Right. But I mean, it also was the low of this candle and the bottom of this candle. And I'm sure this is like a 28% Fibonacci retracement from this high. You know what I mean? Or something like that. Like there's literally going to be like 4,000 different ways to get this information, which is one of the reasons I found it all very confusing, Brian. This is one of the reasons I like range so much. You know what I mean? Because I'm just looking for us to get into the right place. And then once we're there, I'm going to do a thing. I'm really not so, obviously I want to see the selling. Why the buying? Come on, people. Like, can we just give this up already? So silly. How long are you going to make me hold this position? YM was pretty. YM was the one. Look at this one too. We yoink right out of it. Sell. Pow. YM made it all the way to the CP. Today was a good day. I didn't hit my target, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a good day otherwise. I mean, the cams worked beautifully. I should have went ahead and took the, I wanted the CP. Like, I'm in front of the CP, and that's my partial strategy for this new setting. So what I'm starting to do, because I'm trying to extend my profits beyond 4R now. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to go for the CP, and I'm trying to hit the CP, and then it comes off. But I'm only risking like a couple hundred, I'm risking maybe 400, 300 on some of these trades. I'm going for a lot more than that. Like, I mean, like so I'm risking a little bit more now because I've got quite a bit of cushion. If I start taking some extra risks, I'll probably scale it back down, go down to like 1 contract instead of 2. But what it lets me do is, like, on Friday, I had 1 hit here and then had 1 run all the way. And that one Friday made like my entire month. Like, I really just, no, I can't put my stop tighter in. I'll get stopped out. I need more risk. This is the thing. This is where the big fallacy comes in, because this is something we want to do. Like, you want to make big money. So in order to make big money, you start using really tight stops so that you can take a lot of shares, but then you just end up stopping out a whole lot and watching the price run without you. And it gets very, very frustrating, and it causes you just to overtrade. Having tight stops is really, really difficult. Like, Andrew doesn't use tight stops. Like, the only person I know who kind of uses tight stops is Eamon. Everybody else that I'm aware of of the BBT mods, for the most part, lets their stops breathe pretty good. I know Megan definitely does. Jared can do some tight stops. I don't. I hate tight stops. I like to stop it to be as loose and as wide as possible. Because what I found, and this was my own deficit always got to speak true to our own strengths and weaknesses. I actually found I was not amazing at reading price action. I've gotten a lot better at it with experience over the past couple of years, especially, but still not my strength. You know what I mean? What I have found is I'm very, very good at following rules. So I tend to lean sometimes more on the side of my rules, even when those rules are in the face of what I can obviously see to be true. You know what I mean? Because I would rather just execute and then in hindsight be able to step back and say, okay, this is what's wrong. Okay, this is what I did wrong. Very objective. So I try not to think too much when I trade. I'm not very good at that anyway. Wow. Thank you, Tarek. Love you. That's a little deep for this particular channel, but I do appreciate your desire to to hook me up with a little salvation. I'll take it. Is that what that means? I feel like that's like a short signal. Is that a short signal? Not for me, no. But I will ideally not, I won't go into a position ideally if I need to deviate ATR in order to get to my target. I feel like Tariq's post is the kind of post I would do like right after I had like a really red day. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, salvation. I need me some. Let's look at Google. But again, I appreciate you. I love me a little GOD. What? Nice, Tom. I want to look at that one next. Google looks really hard for me right now. This is like so choppy. It's just so non-directional. This market is not doing crud right now. Let's look at RTY and make me happy. So you did a 4-hour on RTY. So you got this guy here. Pretty out there. Did you go lower? Did you come like into here? Because you would do, I mean, you'd use that one and you go to that one, right? So I don't know if we got there for me. Downside, that one's nice. Ooh, look at that. See, look at that, how it overblew it. Overblew it. Nice. Hmm. Yeah, that's fun. Agreed, Tom. That's pretty. Well, we're rallying now a bit, I think, from the looks of things. Or squeezing, I should say. Let's see what happens. We could use it. You want to try a trade on it? I don't feel like we really bought very aggressively there, so I feel like this feels like a low volume pullback to me. We have a big order to the downside, and we're lacking orders to the top side. Let's see what comes up and we hit this trend. Let's see what happens. We're basically just watching high of day. So what we're going to look for. I think it works a little bit with reading ETFs. All right, I'm going to try that right there. If it comes back through high of day, we'll get out of it. We'll run our target to the CP again. Right, because you can kind of see we're kind of carrying this shorter term trend up, this sharper trend that we're kind of coming back. And that's a nice little low right there. So we'll let that one roll. I like this idea. We're still in a lower, wider range. I don't expect to break out here. We've already set a high a day. Our volume to me looks very struggled. So the BS detector doesn't read this as a buy. This actually reads this as an offer. So why not? We'll throw like one contract in on here. We'll risk like $100 or something, $150 maybe. I have a bit of mental hurdle to trading after my one and done. So Tom, here's my thing on the one and done. I love the idea of being done with a one and done. If you're going to stop with a one and done when you lose. What most people have a problem doing is that when they win with a one and done. And when they lose, they keep trading until they exhaust their account or their mentality. Right? So I'm perfectly happy. Like that's one of the biggest issues I have with a lot of my mentees is that they trade more when they lose than when they win. And there needs to be a quality there, right? Or an imbalance in the other direction. Trade more when you win, obviously, is perfectly acceptable. But if you're going to trade more when you lose, you will always lose. That you will never get to profit, and never is a strong word. It will be very, 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 very difficult to get to a consistent, regularized profit if you trade more when you lose than when you win. Right? Like it's just the way that works. Right? Sorry. You know what I mean? High frequency trading works if you have an insanely high hit rate, not if you have an insanely low hit rate. Right? Insanely low hit rates, you need to trade as little as possible and go for as big of a target as possible with a low hit rate. So your best days are going to come when you're putting in the least amount of trades. So everybody, it's noon. I got to get out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see everyone on tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more about the book and stuff. Love y'all. Don't forget to like. Keep it green. Talk to you soon.